All righty, we are back. We are back. This is Benj number 14, and we have another great live panel for you guys. And I am your host here, Benj Irby. Let's zoom out to everybody. I'm on the phone. I'm like, what is that? Okay. You zoom out to everybody. All right, here we are. Let me introduce you to our panel. So, there's guys with your camera right there. I have my lovely co-host, Veronica White, here in her lovely Make America Great Again hat. And we have our guest on the panel, Fa Brown, entrepreneur and social media influencer. You may have seen him on stream with Anton like last night, right? You were last night, and he happened to make it here even after all that. So that's good to know.
And
so
time for me.
yeah. Like he's great. We love him over here, so I'm glad you made it because I know you were on for like what
6 hours and 42 minutes.
It's those marathon streams. We'll be getting to that eventually sometime when I have that type of time. But I love those marathon streams. I did one time with Michi X, and like I was on with her. And for like 8 hours, we ended up smoking a blunt, making food. We was up all night talking about whatever issues or whatever. So yeah, that was a great stream. That was a great stream. So I love doing stuff like that. But before we get into today's show, I want to give you a couple of announcements. As you guys know, we're having our show on Tuesday, our normal Hood Conservative show with Laverne and Trevian. That's going to be on Tuesday at 2. And on next Tuesday, the 28th, the Tuesday after next, I will be in Miami, Florida for my birthday and for Laverne's birthday. Trevin will be there as well. July 28th, we're going to be filming the show, all three of us together, for the first time ever in Miami, Florida. Don't know exactly where or how that's going to go, but there will be a show July 28th. There probably will not be a show here next Saturday, because it is my birthday and I have some people coming in town, got some stuff planned. I may pop on and say hello, but we're not going to do like an official live show. But we'll be back that next Saturday, August the 2nd. We'll be here. And I want to make another announcement. So I want to make it official. As I told you guys, my lovely co-host is here now, Veronica White. So I want to make it official. Now, you know that normally when you join, if this were like, Rockefeller Records, or, we would give you like a chain. If it were like, if it were Bad Boy, we give you a jacket. But next best thing, we do have something here for you. I don't think press Amazon. You can open that up.
Thank
cameras.
Let's see.
Have our little gift. Hopefully it's the right thing, because I did not check it. So I hope that's not like a thong or something. See what that is.
Oh, yes.
That's right. Yes, I mean, of course.
What I wanted.
Exactly. Matching raccoon caps, because we know it gets coonish around here. Yes. So,
Very coonish.
So now we have our matching caps, because I mean, if you're going to be here on this show,
thank you.
Gotta be cooning. I mean, that's just the way that goes. Gotta be cooning.
Yes, I like it. It's got a little tail.
Exactly. We got to be cooning here. So that's exactly how that goes. So any words for the people, Veronica, on being new co-host of the Benj Saturday panel?
I'm just super excited, and I'm ready to just share my thoughts and my opinions. And I'm grateful for this opportunity to be able to co-host on your show, Benji. So thank you.
Yes, and to make folks mad, because that's just kind of what we do. Because I mean, if we're not making anybody mad, we're not doing anything, are we?
Right.
Speaking of being mad, here's something I'm not particularly mad about, but I think it's kind of ridiculous. So we'll talk about a local Philadelphia story, which has been like all over the place. Our local paper here, our liberal run paper, the Philadelphia Inquirer, has been doing like a million stories about these slavery panels, these quote unquote slavery panels that are removed from the president's house exhibit downtown in Center City, George Washington's house. Basically, there were these panels that described, slavery living, how bad slavery was, how George Washington held slaves. President Trump wanted to take these panels off. He got rid of these panels because he doesn't want anything that is disparaging anybody who is, historical people of the United States, as far as like presidents, things like that. Basically wants to show America in a greater light. And of course, the wokey blacks are having a fit. This is like, oh my God, not our slavery. You can't take our slavery away. Not to mention there's a whole African-American, Black History Museum like a block away from this, where if they really wanted the panels there, they could be there, but it's as we'll learn. Is this really ever about Black people? No, it's about their obsession with white people, of course. So let's get into what these panels say. Let me pull this up here.
And it's about their obsession with slavery.
Exactly. Which
say that too.
Right, which dovetail into their ultimate obsession with white people. So let's read the panels here. Hold on one second. Let me just pull these up. Okay, so I'm going to read the panel. What's changed at the president's house with the Trump administration's new exhibit? Let me take it off the screen so you can see us. So we'll talk about here what's changed at the exhibit. Let me switch windows.
Sorry. Sorry.
People congratulating you, of course, on your new position here. That's all that is.
Thank
people
you.
Congratulating you, of course. Okay, so let's read here. Historians have criticized the panels for minimizing the brutality of slavery and whitewashing George Washington's culpability in the institution. The original exhibit, what's gone? The original exhibit included 5 screens across the site that played reenactments depicting the daily lives of those enslaved at Washington's Philadelphia home. Those screens were turned off. Also gone are the artistic panels, which included a portrait of Ona Judge, who escaped from slavery at the house, and another about George Washington's signing of the Fugitive Slave Act. What's replaced? A panel entitled The Dirty Business of Slavery included information about the slave trade, the constitutional compromise to appease slaveholders, the growth of the enslaved population during the presidencies of Washington and John Adams, who also lived at the president's house, and a timeline of slavery from 1619 throughout emancipation. Another panel entitled Life Under Slavery discussed the brutality of the notorious institution, resistance efforts, and slavery in Philadelphia. It told the story of Absalom Jones and Richard Allen, men who were born into slavery and managed to buy their own freedom. What's replaced? The starkest difference comes in the treatment of slavery at the president's house itself. An original panel included a timeline of the site's history from the time indigenous people lived in the area and through 2002, discovery of slavery at Washington's household. It continued to discuss the collaboration between the city, the government, and community groups to develop the site. The panel section on slavery at the house focused on George and Martha Washington's ownership of enslaved people, the president's secret efforts to evade Pennsylvania's Gradual Abolition Act, and the escapes of Ona Judge and Hercules. In contrast, the new panel entitled The Executive Mansion mentions a mention of slavery in the house with a statement that Washington's views evolved and that he freed slaves in his will. Multiple panels throughout the exhibit share facts about U.S. history, but bear no connection to the site or slavery. These include celebrating independence and throughout the years, which denote the nation's 150th, 100th, and 200-year celebrations. And a series of panels provide a civic lesson about the history, powers, and the role of the commander-in-chief. Another panel discusses the need for an executive branch. The panels detail the biographies of George and Martha Washington, John and Abigail Adams, and Benedict Arnold. The biography of William Howe, a British commander who occupied Philadelphia during the Revolutionary War and lived at the president's house, is also attached to the wall. Finally, the new exhibit pays homage to Robert Morris, who's known as the financier of the American Revolution, and offered Washington the house as the executive mansion with a panel dedicated to his biography. Morris's ownership of a company that traded slaves was never mentioned. Okay, and then there's more because there's Sherelle Parker, our mayor. Let's read her statement on the removal of the panels because this is obviously the biggest deal in the world. This is from Sherelle. Statement on removal of panels at President's House site. The city remains committed to the honest and accurate portrayal of history at the President's House, a portrayal that was the hard-fought and hard-won result of the effort of countless federal, state, and local officials, as well as advocates, including Avenging the Ancestors Coalition, dedicated to telling the truth, a broad coalition of people who work together to identify, create, design, fund, and implement the President's House. They did not always agree, but together they reached agreement. They shared a truth that I hold self-evident: you cannot erase American history. Overnight, under the cover of darkness, the federal government removed panels at the president's house that told a thorough story of Philadelphia. It was allowed to do this by the decision of the federal court, but it did so at night. So it shows that the action is shameful, that it violates community trust, which it is, and which it does. But the fight is not over, as we will continue the fight. The city intends to seek rehearing on serious legal issues presented in the Third Circuit's panel June 18, 2026 decision. Although this panel rejected the city's claims, the decision raises important questions about the reviewability of agency conduct. The policy constitutes reviewable agency action and the extent to which an agency should avoid APA review by characterizing concrete implementation decisions non-final. Those issues are highly consequential, and their significance extends far beyond this case. We've just celebrated the semi-quincentennial in Philadelphia. We celebrate the fact that 250 years ago, imperfect humans came together to recognize the universal search for freedom and dignity, while at the same time, these same leaders perpetuated the heinous institution of slavery. This paradox reveals core questions we still live with and struggle with today. How do we share power for the betterment of all people? That is a hard question, and one the President's House forced us to all consider. That it was the product of so many different people coming together to tell this story and ask those questions, which made it even more powerful. To my fellow Philadelphians and Americans, please know I will continue fighting on behalf of everyone who supports the core belief: all history must be told. All righty, so all history must be told. Again, we have an entire Black History Museum. So if they want to take these panels and put them there, they could be there. This is a huge museum. I believe it's right on like 6th Street, many floors. We have all these square feet. We have the Smithsonian African American Museum as well. If they really wanted to, if they just felt so enamored by this slavery situation. But again, I do not think that this has anything to do with erasing Black history, because I mean, how would the history ever be erased? It's all Black we ever talk about. All we talk about is slavery, Jim Crow. Where is that ever going? If Trump wanted to, he could erase it if he tried. That's all niggas talk about. Is slavery and Jim Crow. That's all we know. That's all. As soon as you're a Black baby born in this country, everybody Black gonna tell you we were slaves and we were all this foolishness. So I mean, it's not going anywhere. So what is this really about? It seems to me that this is about trying to besmirch white people, of course, because we couldn't have a country where, George Washington founded this great country. No, slavery. We got to throw in slavery. We got to talk about the slavery. Whereas why? What is that really doing? What's the point of that? I agree with Donald Trump. I think as a Black person who's actually descendant of slaves, I am FBA on both sides. My lineage is very much traceable, as I've told you guys many times. All of my family, we can trace back to a graveyard in Greenville County, South Carolina, where all my people are buried all the way back from slavery. So I don't understand why then that has to be the biggest part of the American story, of the Black story, that all of the Blacks and the wokies have to, oh God, slavery. I mean, like we haven't done anything else. There's Madam C.J. Walker, the first Black millionaire. There's all these Black inventors. I could see if Donald Trump was trying to remove something about that. But I feel as though this whole slavery thing is not about the slavery itself or what happened or what Black people went through. It's just more so that we have to besmirch George Washington. We have to try to make George Washington and the country look bad because we had slaves, but we were sold into slavery by Africans. So are we going to go down to Africa Town down in Southwest Philadelphia and make them feel bad about what they done? I don't get it. This to me just seems like again, their obsession with white people. We have to make white people feel bad, feel sorry, because again, when white people are guilty, that's what runs all this. Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, all these quote unquote Black leaders, they all run on the white guilt industrial complex. And God forbid white people didn't feel guilty, or God forbid we were let all this slavery stuff go and realize this all happened before we were all born, then where would the money come from? Where would the contributions come from? Where would the inculcation of Black people in that we are oppressed? Where does that go if we're not constantly shoving slavery in people's faces? I mean, I had a comment early this week where someone was saying so they were saying sarcastically, we should just stop teaching history altogether. And to be honest, if I had to choose between teaching our kids about, slavery or how to balance a checkbook or how compound interest works or how the stock market works, things that we don't currently teach in our schools, I'd much rather them teach that. Taxes, which taxation is theft, fuck taxes, but even teaching that. So we'll bring that around to the panel. We'll start with you, Fa, since you are our guest here. What, as a Philadelphian, what do you think about this? Do you think that we as Black people are now hurt that these panels were there? Mind you, panels that nobody knew were there 5 minutes ago. It's not like niggas was going to visit.
Yeah, okay.
There's that. But, are we hurt as Black people by this?
That's my first statement. Yeah, most people didn't even know they existed.
Had no idea.
Same way with, remember with the parks and the on Juneteenth free entry to the parks. Nobody knew about it until it was removed. And then these panels, they were only there since 2010. Most people don't even know. We're acting like they were there decades or 50 years, 100 years. They weren't. They just were added in 2010. Like you said, we have a museum. We have everything to for the history of Black people and slavery and anything if you wanted. And we have Google. You don't have to.
Yeah,
what do you need these panels for?
All over this
most
place.
people didn't notice. If you ask most of our community in the city where George Washington House was even at, they wouldn't even know that, let alone that those memorials was there. So it's just all virtue signaling by Mayor Parker, and it's just all posturing. It's all BS. It doesn't affect nobody's life. Help us with taxes, spend our money better than on 4th of July concerts that nobody asked for. Stuff like that.
Even more than the 4th of July concert, I think that she's using this as, we have to understand something. Mayor Parker and the establishment Democrats right now, they definitely are on the hot seat, and they're receiving challenges now, not from the right, but from their left. Because you just had the Rob guy who just won the 3rd district here in Pennsylvania. He basically won the primary, which is basically the election here in Pennsylvania. Because William obviously can't run against him, which we had on last week, William Small, our friend of the show. But we know that she knows that she's going to be getting challenges from her left. So she uses this right now. This is actually a gift. I'm sure Sherelle Parker is actually very happy about this, because she can always say, Trump's doing this, so if I can go, Trump, they're not gonna pay attention to me. And the fact that she totally fucked up the garbage strike last year. Let's not forget about that. The garbage and the maggots everywhere. I was outside. I wasn't living here at the time. I was living in West Philadelphia, and my garden outside, I had all these maggots in my garden from the garbage and whatnot. It was totally disgusting. So what say you, Veronica?
What'd you say?
What say you on this whole thing?
So my whole thing with this is Mayor Sherelle Parker, she's in the hot seat. Let's not forget about that. Like, everybody in Philly doesn't like her. So sorry, y'all.
We want to make sure we can hear. That's all. Yeah.
And my whole thing with the whole panels and all that, it's like what he said. People didn't even know about these panels. And the only people that come and visit the museums and stuff like that are woke white liberals from out of town and not even from around here. So all of this is just selective outrage from the Black community, like always.
Yes. And she's working with a coalition or a group called Avenge the Ancestors. Like, as mayor of Philadelphia, it is not your responsibility to avenge the ancestors. Like, you are the mayor of all Philadelphia. You are the mayor in 2026. I just don't understand what's the purpose of all of this. Okay, so again, I'm personally tired of hearing about slavery. Frankly, I mean, because people act like it's a sin worse than death if we didn't talk about it. What if we raised a whole new generation of Black children where we didn't teach them about slavery? Where we said that you are free, you are an American, you can be what you want to be. There's not enough teaching about Madison J. Walker. There's not enough teaching about Black inventors and actually things that are that move forward, things that we've actually added to this country. It's like everything has to be brought back to the manner of slavery. And at this point, slavery is something that we were all told about. Nobody lived it. Nobody experienced it. There's not one person alive who have seen it. So at this point, I don't understand why we're not crafting a much better and a more powerful narrative of Black people. Why is it always that we have to be seen as downtrodden and enslaved? Like, that's like the only thing that we have is the only thing that we talk about.
Black inventors. So I don't understand why that's not being
it doesn't make any sense. And for all of the
slavery all the time.
Right, for everything that we've done and since we're being in this country, it's like if an alien came from like the planet Zornax right now and asked about, you can type the thing right there, and ask about Black people, what's to know about Black people? All they're gonna know is slavery. Like, that's all they're gonna know.
Right.
Not that one.
This one.
Yeah. All they're gonna know is slavery. That's all they're gonna know. It's all they talk about. That's all we ever talk about as Black people. And I'm just sick of it already. And
it's like, you don't hear the Irish people going around complaining, talking about their people that were in slavery, because Black people weren't the only people enslaved.
I mean, the word slave is a Slavic word. It comes from Slav, slaves, Slavic people were slaves. There are a lot of people that were slaves. Right. And I mean, let's not talk about the fact that the people that are slaves now, we still have slavery going on right now in Africa and in Arab countries. Right. So what are we really doing? We're trying to like drag this into the ground. I just think that, again, they cannot let America be great. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
Trump's whole thing, make America. They have to always like, well, George, well, he owned slaves. Okay, a lot of people own slaves. A lot of things happened back then where
Right.
women didn't have proper citizenship and couldn't vote and things like that. We evolved. We should be
Right.
celebrating the evolution. Even the mention that they said they mentioned this sarcastically, but even one of the things I was reading from Philadelphia Inquirer, they mentioned that now what's mentioned in the panels now in President Trump panels is that George Washington's his views evolved and he eventually ended up freeing the slaves his will. Why is that not celebrated? Why is that not a good thing? Like, that's the point. We're supposed to be evolving. We're supposed to be moving past slavery and into freedom and having an equal country. Why is that not something to be celebrated? Yep. And if you really wanted to have these things, there's an African American History Museum. There's a Black History Museum. It's literally like 2 blocks away. But again, the Black stuff, like everything else, it's never good enough. The stuff that's Black, they have to go and try to, the white people have to accept our history. You have to, like, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Please. Okay. Everybody knows about slavery. It happened. It's over. And then the other argument, and I will go around about this, where they always say, like, I saw one of the articles is on Instagram this week, and some liberal white lady. Well, if we don't know our history, we're destined to repeat it. And I'm thinking to myself, so you going to enslave me, white bitch? You
Right.
like you gonna enslave me? Like I just don't like.
What?
No one's gonna be enslaved here.
Like,
We'll repeat it. I wish a nigga would try to enslave me.
Right.
We'll see how far you get with that.
Right.
Because they talk about it like, oh, Donald Trump, these Republicans, they'll enslave you again. Are you getting on the slave bus if it comes?
Right.
I just don't like the way these people, like, they're just such victims. Like, they have like no agency or anything like you can just whatever. Anybody comes around and they're gonna put you in slavery. We're gonna be in slavery again. Like, no one's gonna put you in slavery again.
Right.
And at this point, but the other reason why slavery, besides the fact that it just being wrong, slavery was eventually going to end anyway, because who wants to have that responsibility for all of these people? You have to feed them. You have to clothe them. It's way easier to make you a mental slave and have you get up and go to work every day and control your mind than to actually have to control your body on a slave plantation. Because now the new slavery is up here. This is the new slavery. The new slavery is up here. But many Black people are now mental slaves. They're slaves to
the Democratic Party.
To the Democrat Party. They're slaves to doing whatever they say.
Yes.
Obsessed with victimhood. That's the new slavery. So they don't
think for themselves.
Right. Nobody needs to put you in chains. To put you in chains, that's way too much work.
Gotta
way
do what
easier.
Obama tell them to do.
Right.
They chose the white lady over Winsome Earl Sears down there in Virginia.
Sure did in Virginia.
I'll never forget that.
Yes, they did.
That lady, she was equipped, like she was, like
yeah. They chose Abigail.
They chose Abigail.
Yeah, and the
most
left
wing. Yeah.
They did it in Tennessee because they were upset about the that guy Cohen, the guy, because they were remember they said the whole thing, which we'll talk about actually a little bit later, the Black congressional districts. They were upset that Tennessee had done the law to move the district, and the guy who was on the district
was white.
He was a white man, Cohen, and he actually brought Kentucky Fried Chicken to the House to like relate to Black people. And he was running against a lady who was a Black Republican. Exactly. So they do this all the time. That's the new slavery. Like, new slavery is that. That's what that
mentally
is.
enslaved.
The mental enslavement. Nobody needs to put you in chains. They put you in chains to have you work. So first of all, I mean, we're not even a growing society anymore. So like, we're not even really growing things like that anymore. And machines pick crops now. Like, no, there's not actual many people out there picking crops.
They got people out there because I just seen a video and that's why they have these illegal immigrants over here. Pick our crops. Remember what Jasmine Crockett said last year? Right. Well, who's going to pick our crops? Y'all don't remember that statement?
Well, what's her name? Ozzy Osbourne's daughter on The View, who she was saying, who's going to clean our toilet? Same thing.
Oh, wow. I didn't even hear that.
So even with that, there isn't really there aren't many people who are out there picking crops. Most of our crops are still picked and shaken by machines at this point.
Yeah.
No one has any desire to put Black people in any type of plantation. That's ridiculous. And most of us are urban. If you put in a plantation right now, I would know what the hell to do on a damn plantation. I mean, what? Seriously? Like, this makes no sense. But this is the mental enslavement because we're taught these things. Yes. Who puts that in your mind? To even say something like that. If you're born in the 70s, 80s, 90s, who's putting these slavery thoughts in your mind? It's all inculcated. They're all making us and giving us these ideas that's already put on us. It reminds me of something I said on an earlier pod before. It's like when Adam and Eve were caught, after they ate from the apple of the tree or whatever, and they had clothes on. Right. And the first thing God told them when they came out and they had clothes on, we had to put our clothes on. God said, Who told you were naked? I say to black folks, who told you were oppressed?
Yeah.
Who told you you were a slave? Who's telling you these things? They want to keep this tradition going and going and going and going and going. And at this point, it's learned behavior. We're passing down generational slavery trauma for what? At this point, what I say, let's say have an experiment, black folks. Let's tell our kids that they are amazing and wonderful and can do anything. Let's try that. Let's try that
all the time.
Let's fuck the slavery shit. Let's just put that to the side and let's just try for generations to tell all of our children they can be anything they want to be. They're in the greatest country in the world where they can go from nothing to billionaire.
Yes.
How many black millionaires and billionaires has there been? Because we were talking about the whole Black Wall Street thing last week, and then one of the comments, somebody was talking about, well, they won't let us have nothing, and they gonna go and they're gonna burn it down. It's like
today,
right? There are how many millions of black businesses are there owned by black people?
Right.
That whole Obama thing, y'all remember that whole thing? Like what like we had a whole quote unquote black president 8 years, and no one even bothered to take a shot at him. So these how many times they've taken shots at Trump. I mean, Trump's been assassinated.
Who do you think voted for
like how many
Obama?
times?
The majority of
white people. Exactly.
So
exactly. So, but they're going to burn it down. But this is the inculcation of victimhood that we are given and how we have to be taught and walking around like we're victims all time forever. For the rest of our lives, we are just some victims of random white people. And for the people that are so woke, why is it they're always putting us to a point where white people are above us? They believe in white supremacy. White supremacy is not even a word that even enters my mouth. You won't even ever hear me say no shit like that. That's retarded. First of all, as a Christian, nobody's supreme over me but God. So for me to even say that, it's like a dishonor to God. Why would I even say that? But it's the wokest of all your Sherelle Parkers and your Al Sharptons and your Ben Crumps that are pushing this white supremacy narrative because, again, they're only rich because they lead poor, downtrodden black people. They have to have a group of poor, downtrodden black people to lead. That's what puts them in the front. That's what makes them the leader. That's what makes them our black leader, because they have to have a whole bunch of people that they have to follow them, a whole bunch of down and low slavery people that are fighting for slavery panels. You make sure to put on that Washington House that we were slaves. Like, why would you fight for that?
Right.
Like I personally erase the fucking history. I'm good on it. That makes me a coon. Wait a minute. And I got the white hat on, okay? And then I would be a coon. If erasing that history and not reading about black people being slaves makes me a coon, then I'll be a coon. Because, and it's what's also nuts is that in our regular lives, right? When you go through, let's just say, God forbid, let's just say like your mom was killed, God forbid. Right? Would you want to go downtown and see a panel about your mom being killed every day? Like, would you want to go and read that? Why is it that in our personal lives, we are admonished to and we are congratulated on getting past our personal trauma, yet this like collective black trauma, we have to keep running into the hole. Like there's just no getting over this. Because if you get over this past trauma, you're like not a black person. So being black is about like being a slave or having a slave lineage. That's just what everything about being black is about. Nothing that we've done since then doesn't matter. Obama don't matter. Black business don't matter. All these black millionaires, but none of that matters. Because, we got to put on George Washington's house that we were slaves and slaves were here. That must be known. Because, again, they're just trying to preserve George Washington. They're just trying to stick it to white people. White people, you are forced to accept our history, white people. You're forced to. You have to accept it. Meanwhile, there's a whole Black History Museum. Y'all can do all that woke shit.
And Black History Month. We have a whole month.
Whole month. It's just never enough for the woke.
So.
Never enough for the woke. So again,
Biden gave us a Juneteenth national holiday.
Juneteenth of all the holidays to make, the one again, the last slaves to not know they were slaves and still be out working as slaves. That's who gets the holiday. Not Harriet Tubman, not George Washington Carver, not Madam C.J. Walker. Nope. Slavery. But that's all we are to these people, to the Democrat Party. They enslaved us then with the actual change, and now they enslave us with the mental change. That's where we are, unfortunately, with the Democrat Party. So I'm glad that President Trump had these removed.
Can I just say this? I think it's sad because I don't think nothing's ever going to change. Like Like,
see,
honestly, I don't see
I'm
it.
hopeful because I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
changed.
You're hopeful.
You changed.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have to be the change you want to see. I mean, that's why
Yeah.
I do this. Is why I don't mind the sticks and the stones, and they're gonna call you a coon and
Right.
whatever. Because there's always gonna be people, even with the type of hate I get, and I get plenty of hate. I mean, who gives a fuck? But
Right.
with all the hate that I get, there's still a lot
Okay.
of love. There's still people that message me and say, you know what, I get it. I understand where you're coming from.
Right.
I get it. For me, I care more so about future generations, like these boomers, the people that are, you know, because I'll be 43. You know, in a couple of days, the people that are above us, the 60-year-olds, the 70-year-olds, they are cooked. And you know, they're moving out, they're passing away, things of that nature. Obviously, we don't wish any death on them, but that's just a natural part of life. They're passing away, the civil rights relics or whatever. So I think it's up to us to teach our children, new generations, that they can be better, do better. And it does seem hopeless sometimes. When I look at the way Black folks act and the things that we, you know, get excited about and the things that we like make a big deal over, it does seem hopeless sometimes. I mean, even looking at this, I mean, how dumb can we really be with this whole we're literally out here damn near picketing to be called slaves? Like that's like avenge that. There's like a group of people called Avenge the Ancestors 2026. Like what are they avenging exactly? Like, you're avenging the ancestors by putting on display that our ancestors were slaves. Like that's how you avenge for the ancestors again.
Right.
But look at it. Avenge the ancestors. So they're doing this as a stick it to white people. This is not about Black people. It's not about Black history because we have plenty of Black history museums and all that stuff. This is about we're going to stick it to white people. White people did not want this on the George Washington thing. So we got to make sure that it's there because we can't have white people look good. White people are bad and they enslaved us. Mind you, many people are alive. Exactly. And again, George Washington's mind changed toward the end of his life. Shouldn't we be celebrating that? Shouldn't that not be a good thing? Should that be like, oh wow, things are changing. Good, this is good. No, just more slavery, more slavery, more victimhood. So speaking of slaves and victims, we have another victim here. Moving on to our next story. I don't know if you guys have heard, but we have a very formidable 2028 presidential candidate on the rise. None other than disgraced former CNN host Don Lemon. Let's see here. I can pull up this video of him talking about his presidential ambitions. So, but as we pull the video, would you guys vote for Don Lemon? Can Don Lemon get your vote?
Hell no.
Why would you not vote for Don? I mean, he broke up in them people's church, and he fought for our rights.
What happened with the whole?
He got a case.
He has a case.
Terroristic threats case.
He has a terroristic threats case. I mean, he broke up in. I mean, he fought for our rights. I'm sorry, not our rights, the rights of illegals, of course. I mean, it's not
the same man that goes around talking about how bad white men are and people, but go home to a white man.
Goes home to one every night.
Serious. That's why I would never vote for him to be president.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how that works.
With that.
It's kind of crazy how that works. How you can
all of them are like that.
They are like that actually.
The Kamalas, all of them.
They are like that.
They all got white.
Yeah, because Kamala is with a white man. AOC, Ketanji Brown Jackson, Ilhan Omar, Don Lemon.
Jasmine Crockett, she's single, but she probably sleep with my white men.
So what's up with that? It's a phenomenon. You have all these wokey wokes, and even what's it called with an Asian lady? What's the bald head to be crying all the time on CNN? You know what I'm talking about? Want to be crying all the time on CNN. And oh my gosh, the black guy, I forgot his name. It's gonna come to me.
Oh, I know who
you know what I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
They be crying all the time on CNN.
And he got a white woman.
Benj. Yeah. His wife is Asian, you know what I mean? So what is it with all these people that like it's white supremacy, but they don't mind white supremacy in the bedroom? I see that. Right. They don't mind them whips and chains. Those whips, they don't mind those.
That's when they cool with that's when they want DEI.
Taking those strong black women home. I tell you that.
Right. All these strong black women are getting at night by these white men. Like what's up with that? That is a bit strange. That is a bit strange. So let's hear about. Let me let you guys see. We're gonna hear about Don Lemon's presidential ambitions here.
Do you have political ambition? Is that true?
No, but people keep asking me if I'm running for president, and I don't know. I might. I'm serious. I don't know. I might because people keep asking me to do it, or if I'm going to do it. And I look around, and I see the folks who are, possibly in the running, and some of them are impressive. Many of them, most of them are not. And it seems in this day and age, you don't have to have a ton of political experience because our current president had none, and that's very obvious. I think that he could have done a better job if he would actually listen to people, but he doesn't. He thinks he knows everything. But I actually think I would be a really good president of the United States.
Okay, like you're being serious.
No, I'm being totally serious.
So what would it take?
For the people to want me.
Wow, for the people to want him,
And I
wow.
doubt anybody's telling him to run for president.
Right.
Nobody's telling you Don Lemon to run for
In his
president.
comments, he probably saw two
Yeah,
comments.
Yeah,
that's the first thing I thought. Like, this is delusional. There is no one in their right mind asking Don Lemon to run for president. Like, please stop. Like, and what party? What is his constituency? What is like what? Like no one in their right freaking mind is like, oh yeah, Don Lemon. He's the change that we need. Like, please, okay. Like that's absolutely not happening. And I'm sure maybe he got a comment in his DMs. Maybe someone said that, but like, what would his platform be? Again, and I mean, look, we all know Obama wouldn't have got elected with a white wife. Let's just be honest about that. Don Lemon would not get elected with a white husband, or a husband, period. Let's just, if we can even go there. So I mean, what would he even do or be? This is so unserious and absolutely ridiculous. Like what would his platform be? What kind of things would Don Lemon be bringing to our country exactly? What do you think?
More gay rights and just more wokeness. Yeah, I don't see.
I mean, what are the right the gays need?
That's all he do now on his podcast.
Right, and who would his vice president be? That'd be wow. I mean, Lord only knows who that would be. So yeah, no,
he wouldn't win a primary. Yeah, he wouldn't win a primary.
There is not one. There's definitely not one state that would elect like Don Lemon as like their presidential.
Talks about white men way too much and how they're white supremacy and all that, but sleeps with white men.
Yet he goes home to one. It's just like the hypocrisy is just. And for him to say that President Trump has no experience in that, I mean, he literally was president before, and even before that, he ran for president before. He certainly has more than what you have. At least he's run like a multi-million-dollar company. He signed, a paycheck. What has Don Lemon done besides run his mouth on like CNN? And he couldn't even do that right. I mean, he ended up getting fired from CNN. Like, how do you even do that? I mean, by talking crap about well, I think what did it was when he was talking about Nikki Haley. Remember when he had said she was past her prime or whatever, and you're. I mean, come on, you're disparaging like white women who are a big part of their audience. Like these are white women who are home, watching their kids doing dishes or whatever. Like and he was on a daytime show in which he was. So you're on a daytime show. Where you have many of just white women, period. I mean, you have Nikki Haley who's in her 50s. You say that they're passing out, like you're disparaging your own audience. But again, I guess he's used to that because he's always talking about how white men are the worst thing in the world. Yet he goes home to white men. I wonder what his husband feels about this. Like, what is you're Don Lemon's husband, like, and you're sitting home, I don't know, making dinner or waiting for whatever. I mean, and you've heard your husband on TV talking crap about white men all day, but then he comes on the news. What does he say? Like, I don't need any of that stuff. None of that.
Right.
I gotta get the TV. I gotta get the blacks in a tizzy. The blacks like to hear that stuff. I don't, babe, I don't mean any of that stuff. You know what I mean? I don't mean any of that. That stuff's not real.
Trump had much more experience than him. Yeah, like you say, he was president before. He backed Jesse Jackson, so he was part of his campaign.
Right, so he's been in the politics,
and he in business.
Right, he backed Jesse Jackson, and mind you, was not invited to the funeral. Yeah, he may have been invited. I'm not sure. Maybe he decided not to go. He wasn't, which is crazy. He wasn't invited, and yet you had Barack Obama who was there, who Jesse Jackson didn't even like. Yeah, and all they did at the funeral was talk about Trump.
And remember, the son
came
specifically asked them not to do that. He said, "Don't make this political. Just honor my father." They ignored everything the son said.
He should have known that because when they did John Lewis's funeral, Obama made that into a campaign. Right. This is what they do. Yeah,
but he specifically asked them not to. You know what I mean? John Lewis. Yeah, but they all ignored him. They
don't give a shit.
They didn't.
They knew this was going to be on TV. They knew they had an opportunity again because blacks are watching, so we have to make this anti-Trump thing. I want to know what the hell are they going to do when Trump is gone?
That's what, exactly.
Because as much as y'all think Democrats, like the Democrats, they love Trump. Okay, let me tell you, they love President Trump because President Trump is he's their biggest fundraiser. He's their biggest foil. If they have nothing else to do, or say Sherelle right now, this thing that Trump's doing with these panels, Sherelle's like, oh my God, thank you, Trump, thank God, because her numbers were in the fucking toilet. And nobody was feeling Sherelle at all. Again, after what happened with a lot of people upset about the 4th of July concert. I mean, what are you gonna do? Can't stand the rain. I mean, obviously, Christina Aguilera had to get paid. Hey, she was there, so I mean, I ain't mad at the chick for coming. Hey, she had to get paid. But there's that. There's the garbage strike. She's been effing up all over the place. Then people are comparing her a lot of times to Mondami, which these idiots think that Mondami's doing something great in New York. Mondami's not doing anything great in New York. Mondami, he lied and said the buses were going to be free. The bus actually went up. The price went up for $293. That's far from free.
Wealthy land,
right. Everybody's leaving New York. I mean, I'm
Florida or Tennessee.
Yeah,
Florida, Tennessee, or Texas.
I'm New York born and raised. I haven't even been to New York since Mondami's been mayor. I haven't even been. I think maybe like once. I haven't even been. Like New York it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Philadelphia, for what it's worth, Philadelphia is way better than New York. Way better. Like it's way more down to earth down here. New York is like nuts. So, but you have a lot of people in hate comments for Sherelle. They're comparing her to Mondami. So she's having a lot of issues from her left. So this Trump thing, it gives her that. I gotta be against Trump. I gotta boost because that's gonna get because the one thing that the left and the far left can agree on, we all hate Trump. Yeah. So if she can do that, she can look like she's fighting against Trump. She may have a fighting chance. I believe her election.
I've even seen people in the comments where they say that she's kissing Trump's ass. So, like you said,
well, I think that what she tries to do is she tries to walk a fine line. She tries to straddle a fence because she realizes that in her just out and out just fighting Trump like Mondami kind of straddles the fence too a little bit, but he's a socialist, so he can kind of go crazy a little more than her. She's still a Democrat, but he's more of like Democrat socialist. So they can do have all kinds of wild alliances or whatever. But with her, it's like she doesn't want to disrupt funding, so she doesn't want to pick a fight for no reason. Right. And then also too, Philadelphia is not as leftist as New York. There still is a sizable chunk, people in the Northeast and things like that, people that kind of lean Republican. You know what I mean? So she still kind of wants that vote. So she's not as crazy as like the mayor of Boston, Michelle Wu, or the Baltimore guy, the young black guy who's mayor down there. Like they can go
Brandon
crazy.
Johnson, that's
right. Brandon Johnson in Chicago or whatever. And I mean, in all those cities, I mean, they're not. I mean, Philadelphia, we have our issues, but I mean, we're not Chicago. I'm sorry, sorry, Chicago. We're doing better than y'all. I mean, we have our issues in Philadelphia. We ain't Chicago, so you know what I mean. So she tries to walk that fine line, but now with her, all these challenges on the left coming from the Democrat establishment here in Philadelphia, this Trump thing. It gives her something to be able to energize people and show that she's fighting against Trump, although it means nothing. Like I said, this is literally it's a panel. It's the slavery panel. It's literally a screen. It's a JPEG. It's a fucking PDF. Like we're fighting over like a freaking PDF. It's so ridiculous. So speaking of fighting, our good friend Al Sharpton, he's actually staging a march.
Good old Al Sharpton.
Little old Al is staging a march on Washington.
How much is he worth? Let me
look that up. He's staging a march on Washington to defend voting rights, as though whose rights? Because black people can vote wherever we like. Yes, because we're citizens and we have IDs. So whose rights is he challenging? Oh yeah, the fucking illegals. It's always illegal. I love how they loop black folks stuff. Again, going back to our 14th Amendment that they stole and that they're using prosecuting for illegals. They're always using black folks stuff. I hope y'all are getting the psyop, black people. They're always using us as the cover to do something for illegals. He's doing a march. So I'll read the Reuters report a little bit about this march. And also I know, Veronica, you have a personal story that you shared with us that I want you to share with the audience involving Al Sharpton. We'll get to that in a sec. All right, so civil rights leaders have announced plans for a Washington march next month to defend voting rights. Defend voting rights, saying recent court decisions have weakened federal key protections against racial discrimination in voting. Racial discrimination, not for black folks, but racial, meaning that not white, obviously. Okay, the coalition led by Reverend Al Sharpton's National Action Network and joined by Martin Luther King III. Oh, here we go. And Andrea Waters King and labor and civil rights groups. They will host the March on Washington 2026, defend the vote on August 28th. It will mark the 63rd anniversary of the 1963 March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom and Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. Always, these people always have to re-energize and re-commemorate. It's always something like, what do we, so 63 years, nothing's changed. We have to do I Have a Dream again because the dream has not been realized for whatever reason. I guess, we're still in chains or whatever. Organizers in a statement on Tuesday said they hope to use the event to pressure lawmakers and rally a response to the erosion of voting protections. The League of Women Voters separately on Wednesday announced plans for an August 8th day of action focused on voting rights ahead of the November midterm elections, citing an urgent need to encourage civic participation in American democracy. Both groups pointed to the Supreme Court's April ruling weakening Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, a key provision used to challenge voting laws and electoral maps that discriminate on basis of race or dilute minority voting power. So they're saying that the maps discriminate on basis of race, but Black voting districts are not discriminating on basis of race.
Right.
So how is that not racist? To try to gerrymander and make voting districts where there are only or mostly Black people is somehow not racist, but to stop that is racist.
Yeah. But if we had a white area,
yeah, that's what
like
all
what
white people vote,
what
and
does,
it would be up.
Yeah,
right. So what does that even mean? Like that makes no sense. So organizers said the decision has intensified a long-running fight over Black political representation. So again, we're looping in the Blacks here, mind you. No Black people are affected by this. No Black people can't not vote. We have IDs. We are citizens. We can vote wherever. Yep. But again, it goes back to the politics, as always. It goes back to gerrymandering, which the Democrats started. The Democrats started with gerrymandering in California. And if you want to talk about how gerrymandering is unfair in Tennessee, let's talk about the fact that 40% of voters in New England, 6 New England states, are Republican, yet there are zero Republican districts and 0 Republican representatives in the 6 New England states. So what are we doing? Like, they've been gerrymandering like forever. Yeah. So the Democrats started. So now when President Trump plays them at their own game, now it's a problem. Now we want to cry. You know what I mean? Because look at California. California's gerrymandered to the hilt. So now they want to cry. So it makes no sense. Going back to Reuters, some Republicans have defended the court's decision, arguing that race conscious is now, they call it race conscious, not race based, but race conscious redistricting is unconstitutional. Sharpton, however, called the ruling a bullet in the heart of the voting rights movement, underscoring the stakes civil rights associates see surrounding the court's decision. The march follows a Wall Street demonstration last year that drew hundreds of thousands to downtown Manhattan to protest what they had said was America's corporate retreat from diversity, equity, and inclusion. Oh, some more DEI shit. Yeah. Under pressure from the Trump administration. Defending the vote means defending the foundation of our democracy, Martin Luther King III said in a statement. 63 years after my father stood at the Lincoln Memorial, we are called to march again, not only in remembrance, but in action. Blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. More wokey fucking bullshit. More using Black people and the Black story and the Black fight for more Democrat bullshit. Yes. What in that article, what voting right is taken away from Black people? Again, it comes back to these voting districts, and I'm trying to keep these minority voting districts because all they are is a pin to hold reliable Black Democrat voters, so they don't have to do anything. What they want to do, they want to put you in a Black district, put you here. Let's put you to the side. So now we got the Blacks here. So now we can go out here and build our party by bringing in more illegal immigrants. But if we put all the Blacks in one place and you know how Black are, we only satisfied with just seeing a Black face. It's a Black district. That's enough for us. That's all we got to see. It's a Black district. It's a Black face. Okay. No, there's no results. Folks still getting killed every weekend. Still have horrible schools. Still have, Black folks still out here poor. We still are getting our jobs taken by illegal immigrants.
Yes.
But all the Democrats have to do is put us in a Black pin, put us in our little pin, our little district, and we have our Black district. They'll put a little Black puppet leader, or in some cases, a white puppet leader like Cohen, who eats chicken for, to show his solidarity with the Blacks. And then they can put us there to the side and then do what they want to do. So I had a pod earlier last week in which you talk about this. So we'll play that clip and then we will react to it on the other side. Let me just pull that clip up. Where is that?
We need is representation. That's all we need.
That's all. That's what it's always about. Always, and it's not even real representation for real.
Right.
All right, so let's pull up that video. This is from my pod with Young Black and Wealthy, who joined me last Friday. Friend to the show. Oh, let me get it. Let me put it up for you guys on screen. Like the black districts were doing anything for black people. They only want these black districts because the black districts reliably vote Democrat. That's all they care about. They look at you, black person, as well. If we get all the blacks together, they're going to vote Democrat. It's not about doing anything special or extra for you. You're just seeing black person as a reliable vote for the Democrats. And they talk about you as such. That's what I want black folks to understand. It's not about you loving Trump and never voting Democrat again. No, you can vote for a Democrat, but don't let them know that you're going to vote for them. Don't tell them, oh, I hate Trump, I'm never going to vote for him. Don't tell them that.
That's what makes our vote powerless.
So you have to make it so now Democrats and Republicans got to fight for your individual vote. That's why I'm glad that the black districts are being broke up. Good. Because now y'all got to fight for every district. Y'all got to fight for every vote. Now, you can't assume that, oh, we got this district because they all black. No, fuck that. Break them shits up, because at the end of the day, we are Americans. I don't need to be in a black district to be able to survive in this country. All of it's my country, not just the black part. All of it's my country. And this whole idea of us being separate with this is bullshit. It's old, antiquated ass bullshit. And it's not going to move for us moving forward, because that's not the country that we're in. We are no longer a black and white country. That's not where we live at. All these old ass Democrats, Capitol Hill, Maxine Waters, they're from the civil rights era. That's not the era we live in anymore. They are from an era of a black and white country. We are no longer a black and white country. The Hispanics outnumber us. There has to be a new move. The new move is individualism.
And
period.
fucking
That's
Democrats, the Democrats ain't figured that out yet, and black people ain't figured that shit out yet either. And that's the saddest thing. But the one
Democrats have figured it out. They know.
But why the fuck they ain't doing shit about it? Because
they don't have
they
to.
Don't have a plan. Maybe they don't have a fucking plan. Or maybe they just feel like you just said, that's
the
great
plan is to get niggas in a tizzy and make them beg for a majority black district to keep a black thing a Democrat. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Well,
Democrats don't need no other plan. Our leaders are a reflection of us. Our leaders suck because we suck as citizens. We're not doing our part. We're not researching. We don't know how the government works. What's the difference between Cory Booker and Maxine Waters? Most of the average black people can't tell you the difference between a senator and a congressperson or what they do or whatever. Put what Congress does in one sentence. We got to make it so complicated. All this free, it's not complicated. All Congress does is they just move around funds. That's it. All legislation is just moving money around. So when they make a new law and moves money to this from that, so you want the money to move your way. That's how you look at this thing. Maxine Waters is not fighting for your freedom. Cory Booker's not fighting for your freedom. These are paper pushers on Capitol Hill. They write laws, they legislate, and they push money from one way to another. But your dumb ass sitting there with your Wakanda ass, they fight for my freedom. So that's why they want us in these black majority districts, so we can be dumb, so we can look at our skin color and not make them go to work for us the way they're supposed to. And the thing about the black, so
Vote for them because they black. That's it. They don't got to work for new votes.
So where's the fucking lie? Where is the fucking lie? Where is it? Where's the fucking lie? Like, so we'll go around. What's up? Like, where was it wrong? Was it cooning? Where's the lie?
Not at all. That's 100% correct. Everything you said. Yeah, I downloaded that to repost actually.
Oh, thank you.
Before I even met you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate downloads and repost. That is currently on my social media somewhere. Benj already all my shit.
Yeah. Like you said, they don't need another plan. All they got to do is show up. They literally just have to show up.
Yeah.
It's just, and like you said, V, just be black. They don't even have to be black. They just talk. They just show up as the Democratic candidate. But if you're black, that's just another sprinkle on top of on top of the nothing that they're giving. You know what I mean? So it's literally it's just a holding pen for black votes. If we can do what we got to do for the illegals, we can grow our numbers and bring new people in. But all we got to do is keep the blacks enthused and keep blacks going. But just we got your black district and your slavery panels look black, so we're working for you. Look at us, and that's all they got to do. And they put us to the side, and they'll say, "We'll put a pin in you, black people. We'll get back to you. Yeah, blacks. Enjoy your little black district." And they're gonna run the bag up on the illegals.
Like,
So yeah, that's the play. I don't understand how people didn't see it and why the borders were just open. And remember they needed a border bill and all that, and Trump came in and stopped 97% of it without a bill.
yeah.
And I really was arguing with people saying they like, oh no, Trump struck down the bill. I said no, he didn't. They just named the bill the border bill, so y'all will be stupid enough to believe that y'all needed that in order to stop the flow of migrants through the border, the millions of migrants coming through the border.
That was the point. They again, the blacks like us are starting to get unruly. You know, they can't control us. We're losing the blacks. You know what I mean? Because I mean, look, even with the last presidential election, Kamala got like 92% of the black.
92%
Still wasn't enough.
92% of black women.
Yeah, no policies but abortion.
78% of
stole
black
Trump's no tax on tip policy,
and
that was it.
And she still wasn't able to get through. So that's why they have to replace black people, because we're just at the, LBJ said, we keep niggas more Democrat for 200 years. But I think that with LBJ, he didn't count on the advent of the internet. He didn't count on people researching and understanding and finding out what's really going on. So they needed a more dependable base. But our Achilles heel is black folks. We just like to see ourselves, we like to hear ourselves. We have this thing about representation. Like, I don't know what that's about. Like, for me, I guess, call me a coon, but I never felt like I needed to see a black person in a position to know there's something I could do. Like, Obama's presidency was not all historic and like a thing for me. It was like, okay, like, I mean, to be honest, I mean, I voted for Hillary in the primary in 08 because I was like, I don't know who this nigga is. And the Hussein, what the fuck is a Hussein? I said, oh no, we just fought a Hussein. I ain't fuck with a Hussein. So, you know what I mean? I was like, nah, fuck that. I was like, fuck that.
I wasn't old enough.
I was like, nah, fuck that. So I voted for Hillary in the 08 primary. I did eventually vote for him in the general because I just did what the rest of the blacks supposed to do. But I never, Obama never did it for me. Like, he just never was like, it never was a thing for me for Obama. So, but again, this whole black district thing, even going back to the stupid march that Al Sharpton and Martin Luther King III is trying to do, it's just trying to create this holding pattern and a holding place for black people. But there's no solution. They're saying that voting right, what black people can't vote.
Keep us divided. Like that's the whole thing.
Just keep us angry. That's my big.
Yeah.
They just
angry and divided.
Uproar. Angry, divided, and most of all distracted.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the quote that we had on last week from what's his name, that woke guy. Let me find it again, because it's just so apropos, this quote. From what's his name? James Baldwin, the James Baldwin quote. Yes, the James Baldwin quote. Let me just put that up again because that's just so apropos. It just really is.
Oh yeah.
Yes, this one too. Be black and conscious in America is to be in a constant state of rage. You see his smiling ass, smiling at you niggas.
He said that in the 60s.
Right, and he's smiling at you niggas in a tizzy. This is what it's all about. They got to keep you in a tizzy. They got to keep you in a rage. They got to keep you upset. They got to keep slavery panels. It can never be happiness because happy black people don't vote Democrat. You must always be angry. Angry. They got to keep it going. There's no, because if we didn't have the
blame
slavery,
the white man.
If we didn't have that, what would you vote for them for? What do they really do? Every Democrat district they run looks like shit. The schools are a mess. They don't even want it. That's what
it's bad.
And even with like the whole reparations thing, what kills me black people with this reparations thing is that, like, if y'all, first of all, I mean, anybody black with half a brain knows that that's obviously a scam. They had no intention ever doing reparations anyway, because they could have did that at 68, which I talked about. They could have did that at 68, but they gave you great society and you niggas vote Democrat last 200 years. Or they could have did it under Obama. They had the votes for it. Wow, he gave you DACA and gay rights and everything else but for black people, because again, why would they want you to be whole when the whole point, their whole system is about you being broken? They lead the downtrodden and the broken. It's like, even before I got to Trump, I was a Bernieite. And one of the things that bothered me about Bernie was that Bernie would always talk about like the poor, you know, with that accent, but the poor. And the thing is that, like, okay, I get it, the poor, but like, I was poor at the time, but like, I don't plan on being poor forever. Like, I feel like, the Republican Party or just right-leaning politics is just more for the ascendant, people who are trying to grow, people trying to go next level. I'm not going to always be here, but it's like when you have all this, like, we gotta, fight the rich and whatever. When you are eat the rich, fight the rich, tax the rich. You're basically telegraphing that you're poor. You're always going to be
You
poor.
never plan on being there.
You never plan on being there.
That billionaire,
Right.
millionaire.
Literally, like, and for me, like, oh no, I have many plans to be rich. I'm definitely in a much better place
Literally
than I
be
am.
whatever you want to be.
I've ever been in my life, and I plan on that's only going to go higher from here. I'm not gonna. That's not going to stop.
Stay here, right?
So for me, when there's so much of like the poor, I can't do the poor talk. Like it's just like even with all this slavery, there's someone in my comments they're talking about all this like slavery because I'm always talking about being anti all this woke shit. They were like all this. They had like a whole diatribe all this slavery and the slavery and I just reply like. Sounds poor. Can't relate. It's poor. I'm sorry. I can't do the poor thing with y'all. Like I'm sorry. I can't. As a black person in this country, as an American, I don't understand why we're not taking full advantage of all the opportunities we have in this country. Every other African, Nigerians are doing it. Asians are doing it. They have higher per capita. The Nigerians make more per capita than the white people in this country, and they definitely more than what we do. Yeah. So a lot of it is that we're all chasing after a slavery and a Jim Crow and whatever, none of which we lived. That's why, like, my message to black people, at this point, this is learned behavior. Slavery is something I read about in history books.
Right.
And okay, yes, and my 7 times great grandfather, Hampshire Brown, was a slave. He was, and then his people were before that, and guess what? He would want me to go forth and do well. He would not want me avenging the ancestors and fighting his battles. Like, what is that? And what does that even mean? So if you're, because again, Sherelle Parker, going back to her, was with doing this whole thing, and she actually tagged them in her post, this avenge the ancestors thing. Like, what does that mean? So are y'all going to be chugging spears through white people, or like what is that?
I don't need that.
That sounds almost like terroristic at some point. Like how are you avenging the ancestors exactly, and how does that work? Like I thought that Obama being elected and us having our quote unquote black president and all this stuff and the black millionaires and billionaires and whatever, I thought that
and all the many black people that are in Congress now.
We have the.
I mean,
I believe we still have the largest ethnic caucuses. I don't think Hispanics outnumber us in Congress, at least not yet. Yeah. But even for that, what do we have to show for it?
Right.
Exactly. All these people in Congress, they're all rich. There's nobody in Congress who's
they're
like
the same ones telling you that you're oppressed, though.
Exactly. Yeah. And even the brokest one, even the brokest one in Congress is still making a congressional salary $176,000 a year. Yeah. That's more than what most of us out here make. All the overseas deals and whatever. I mean, Maxine Waters is I don't know if she is still, but I know at one time she was on a financial services committee. So her husband's an investment banker. She lives in a $4 million house, not in her district. Like all these people are doing very well. Right. Cory Booker,
but
he has that little
do well because you're oppressed.
Right.
You're a victim.
Right. He has
you can't make it in life because of the white people.
Right. Cory Booker with his little struggle house he comes out in Newark every time he wants to run for something. But Cory Booker's from Bergen County, parents rich. You know what I mean? Even AOC. I mean, she's not black, but Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? Damn near. Same thing. And she's giving you, I'm from the Bronx. I'm Latina. Oh, okay, sure. Meanwhile, she's from Yorktown Heights, which is up in Westchester. All these people are rich. Jasmine Crockett, another one. I'm Jasmine Crockett. Yeah. I'm from the ghetto. She's not from the ghetto.
Not even
she's from Missouri, and she went to a day school. For anybody to know, if you have a private school that has a name day school in it, that's money. Anybody goes to a day school, that's money. That's thousands of dollars in tuition a year. Private school, get all of that.
Top-notch college. She never been from the hood.
Right, but she got to come out here.
Clarence from 8 Mile.
She knew. I call her Nunu from ATL.
Right, but she got to go out here and snap her neck and black because that's how she feels that black people act.
Black woman.
Right. It's a formative bullshit. And while they're doing all this, your average black person is languishing and suffering because we're looking at the next slavery, the next Jim Crow. I mean, that's why I do this. That's why I've decided to have a voice. I had to have talk and podcast, do all these things. I mean, obviously I deal with all the politics, but my heart is with black people because I'm at an age now where at 43 years old, about to be 43, is that I've seen enough. I've seen the psyop. It's like when you get to be 40, it's like you're old enough to see you're now going to third generation, 0 to 20, 20 to 40. Now I'm moving to the third generation. So now I've seen throughout my life how they do this slavery, Jim Crow, and they got to put it on you. And we have new people that are being born, new black people being born in this country in 2026 that they're putting this bullshit on. Yeah. And it's like, for what? And even Fob, we were talking before. We couldn't find a clip for it, but you were telling me that, like, speaking of people being born, about Mano, rapper Mano had a podcast, and they were talking about this whole Trump accounts thing, which is a good thing, which is basically $1,000 that they want to give every child born, I believe, from July 4, 2026 until I'm not sure exactly
January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2028. Yeah.
Okay, so basically for all of Trump, anybody
term.
born during Trump's term, they want to do this Trump account where I know that the Dell family contributed like $6.25 billion to it. And basically want to give them like $1,000, and they want to have it grow. Again, we're talking about compound interest,
tax free,
right? Tax free to have it grow in the stock market, to grow with the country, and then you can cash it at 18. You have like the rapper Mano, which I didn't see this, but you were telling me that he was like, you can't trust it.
On one of these shows.
I was asking I never seen it.
Yeah, because I think he has like a podcast with like some other rappers or whatever. All the
listen, Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Don't trust it, and they just want your information.
What's there not to
right.
Exactly.
You file taxes.
But these are the same niggas, right? You can't trust the Trump accounts, right? But these same niggas trust Dr. Umar. Like, Cash App, send me your Cash App. These the same niggas who tell you to trust Dr. Umar. Every other little scam they can think of. Right. These same niggas tell you to contribute to Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
But the Trump accounts that are backed by the United States government.
Exactly.
That's a problem. But you have to understand something. They don't want us as Black people to ever be in sync or in line or in with our country. We have to always be against. That's what I realized about growing up in this the generational thing. When I was younger, and I was woke or whatever, I always had an issue with America. America's a white people country, and they enslaved us, and we can never be anything in America. We can never do this. We can never, and that they want to keep you in that place because that's what keeps the wokies and the Black boule, which are the fraternity, sorority level Black ruling class. My story, come on them. That's what keeps them in control because they only get control when they have a large group of Black masses that they are in control of. That's why they are the leaders. But you have to be a follower. That's why I call for Black people to be individuals. Look at what you want. Look, because you only have one life to live. Yes. Again, I said on the pod with Young Black Wealthy, we are oxidating every day. Oxidation is killing us every single day. For the moment that you become a full-grown adult, which 23, 25, whatever it is you stop growing, you're literally dying every day till you die. So you only get one life to live. Why would you waste your life running after slavery and Jim Crow and being sad for these people instead of building yourself? And what the Trump accounts do is that
people actually live through that. That's what hurts me the most.
Yeah.
People really live through this slavery shit. Like backs tore up, like couldn't eat, and it's like y'all really want to be slaves, like it said,
and they're exploiting it.
It just
right, they're exploiting it.
Make any sense.
This is why I said we should be talking less about slavery and not more, because they're just making a mockery of it.
Yeah,
at this
it's
point.
sad. Like,
as a person who is a foundational Black American, American descendant, I'm all the things. I got all the lineage. I got all the things. You know what I mean? Tariq Nasheed couldn't say shit to me. I got all the lineage. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't like to see my lineage being exploited for Democrat gain, because even in that March thing, the thing we read off of Reuters, as you get closer and closer down the article, it starts becoming less about Black people and voting rights and more about Democrat voting priorities. We need more Black people to be against these districts because these are minority districts and we have to have them. And it's like
erase our voting rights.
Right there. Where can a Black person not vote?
You can still vote.
The problem is it seemed like they successfully doing it. They're expanding definition. Everything that was made for us, they're expanding the definition farther and farther out to match more people. Like remember, like we the face of DEI, but we like 7th on the list.
Right.
Yeah, but they said like Black people. I read a report saying like Black people, I think it's like 4%.
Yeah, we Black women are 7th on the list. White women
number one.
Yeah, they're number 1 on the list. There's I think it's Indian after that. Then it's gay people. But the first Black demographic, which is Black women, they're 7th on the list of top priority on top beneficiaries of DEI. But as soon as you mention DEI, we the yard dogs.
Yeah.
We the ones who want to fight about
Exactly. But I always, it's funny
Yeah,
to say
like
about the
we
yard dogs. I
always-
always said that they always use black people as like the attack dogs.
Exactly.
They're always the attack dogs. We're always on the front line. We always gotta be out there
Right.
barking in the loudest ones, and
Yup.
we're not getting anything from it. That's just my message to black folks. Like, we're not getting anything for all that we put out there. Because, for example, like I had these people, they were so mad at me because I was talking about, you know, reparations or whatever. And I always like to, and a lot of conservatives get uncomfortable with this. I'm most about reparations. I've talked about reparations in this. I look at it this way. If Democrats are going to use black people as the face of everything, they use us. First of all, think about how much power that they have when they use black people. Think about how many races that they've won by calling Republicans racist. All of that is because they have overwhelming black support.
Yeah.
So, okay, great. We're using our support to win races. What do black people get for that support? We get nothing. We get absolutely fucking nothing for all the support that we give them. What do we get? We get nothing for it. As I'm gonna find that comment. I had a comment actually that I wrote somebody.
They were putting illegal immigrants
Yeah,
up
we
in
willing
houses.
Yeah, everything they do for other
EBT
people.
cards, $1,200 on it and shit. I can't even get EBT card. You kidding me?
Everything they do is
Right.
expand the definition.
This is a comment from
Scare
Wokey,
us.
because I was talking about reparations again, like I said, and the people on the right. This thing about, okay, why me at that? White people reparations, y'all need to calm down. This is the thing about white people, because white people, every time I talk about reparations, I'll get white people in my thing saying, well, the Civil War and and the reparations and blah blah, and you don't deserve nothing and blah blah, and you didn't build a country. This is white people. Relax. This is the thing. What I'm trying to get black people to understand, and what you're not helping, when white people pipe up against reparations, you're actually helping the Democrats. That's what Democrats want. What I'm trying to get black people to understand, white people, can we talk white people for a moment? What I'm trying to get black people to understand reparations is that reparations never was really a thing. They never intended to actually do this. But when you pipe in and you say all this about you don't deserve it, blah, 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 whatever. All the Democrats do, they say, there's a C. That's why you have reparations, because the white people, the racist white people are stopping you. Stop, don't jump into it. Let us have this black conversation, because when black people need to discover that this whole thing was never a thing in the first place, but when you step into it, you then become the scapegoat, because the Democrats can say, see, it's the white people, they're racist, they don't want you to have it.
Exactly.
No, the Democrats never meant for you to have it, because they would not want you to be whole. Why would the party of the poor want black people to be rich? It makes no sense. Their whole party is run on black people, all people really, but specifically black people being poor and being aggrieved, because they have to be your white or your Democrat savior. Because if we all would be millionaires tomorrow, do you think black people would then vote Democrat for our million to be taxed at half to be given to illegals? Hell fucking no. We would literally make instant Republicans. If black people were rich tomorrow, we'd be instant Republicans. Oh, that tax shit, fuck that. I'm not doing that shit. Fuck the illegal shit, fuck that. Like, we only go along with it because, again, in our black districts, mind you, they have physical districts, but in our black mental district, meaning that the place they put us as black people as, we're fighting for you, slavery, DI, all this crap. While they're doing all that, they spend the real bag on enlarging their base. Right. That's why I always use the example of how but the black people, we're like, the black woman, okay? The Democrats are like our man. Our man's cheating on us with a Latina bitch at the border, the fucking illegals, cheating us with the gay niggas, with the fucking gays and all that. They cheat on us with every freaking body. Why? Because we're the idiot people who sat and we're that idiot black woman at home telling our man, I don't care what you do, whether you beat me, slavery, cheat on me with illegals, I ain't going nowhere. Right. Well, then bitch, don't expect fucking flowers. He ain't gonna do shit for you if you're gonna sit there and just take anything that we give. And that's what we do. We take whatever the Democrats dish out. That's what black folks take. I just don't understand it. So I was having an argument because I had posted about reparations. So again, white folks, that's why I talk about reparations. I talk about reparations that we need to start challenging the Democrat Party, black people, to do do something for us, in that they're using us. They use us so much, but what do we get from it? So this Wokey was saying against one of my as a comment to one of my videos, and he said, I'm not for reparations, but why? And this is a black man, but why? And what does this really have to do with something that was promised over 100 years ago? So you claim the immigration of the last few years have, and that's the reason for not reparations. I always put how are they going to give billions of dollars to illegal immigrants to give them, grants for housing, to make a whole shanty town for them in New York and to give them hotel stays $5 a night, yet no reparations for black people, but you love us so much.
Right.
This is my comment to him. I said, if Democrats can spend billions on illegal people that just got here, that are not supposed to be here, that they fought to bring here, why are they dead silent on reparations, except for election season, for the black Americans on which their whole platform of quote unquote social justice and calling Republicans racist is built? How many elections have Democrats won by calling Republicans racist? They can only do this because of their overwhelming black support. What do black Americans get from Democrats for this overwhelming support? To languish in the ghetto while illegals get housing grants? It's a very simple and quite logical question that everyone seems to want to dance around. It doesn't have to be called reparations. I don't give a damn what you call it, but it needs to be putting the black Americans they say they love so much and whose unyielding support they use to call their political enemies racist first. If Democrats can build their whole platform and rhetoric on exploiting the racism against black people 100 years ago, then they should have no problem cashing out on those black people, thus making them whole when they had questionable power to do so. Yet they did not. Yet they have billions for illegals, though. It's as if they never intended for black people to be made whole because the black grievance is what's politically advantageous. Making blacks political and emotional slaves of the Democrat Party secures us as a voting base. So I said to him, either you're feigning obtusity or you're a total retard if you can't see that. That's what it is. Like, they're going to use us. They use us over and over again. The Al Sharpton, the Ben Crump, all these marches, all this dumb stuff. But yet when it comes time to cash out, they're not going to do it. So reparations, again, nothing for anybody to get all in a tizzy over white people because it's never happening. Because again, it's like the Easter Bunny or the fucking or Santa Claus, something like that. This is a fantasy. This is a fairy tale. This point is not happening at all. So I need for black people to get off of that and get on to making individual decisions for ourselves. Get your credit right. Get your money right. Get you a business. These are things, because if you waiting around on Al Sharpton to save you, Al Sharpton ain't saving you. Al Sharpton's already rich. Ben Crump's already rich. All Ben Crump does is go around and find his little racial stories, try to make headlines over and get his money off of. None of which is helping you. And we're all in this mental slavery. We're just jumping around from thing to thing, from outrage to outrage. Because it was, what was it before? It was Carmelo before. Now it's Nolan Wells. Now it'll be some other thing. So I can't do the monkey branching from one black trauma to the next. This is what the black experience in America has become. It's not about building anything or doing anything for yourself. What is the collective black experience? You go on all the black blogs. This is what they're talking about. And I believe you asked me something about Nolan Wells. I was like, I don't keep up. I don't. Sorry, I don't. I did nothing against him or nothing like that, but I realized the psyop. Let me know when it's over. Let me just like the whole every
day the story changes.
Every day the story changes. Every day there's something. And once I see that Ben Crump done got involved, I'm tuning out. Like I don't want nothing to do with it.
Blatantly lying.
Goodbye. Like I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm turned off. I don't care. I don't want to. It's again. It's terrible what happened. It's terrible that boy died. I have my condolences to his family. I would, obviously I'd want him to be alive. Same thing, happened with Carmelo and the white boy and whatever. Horrible, terrible things all around. But the psyop, the racials, I'm not participating in it. Like I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. Like I'm not doing it. It's a psyop. They want you to be all rattled and crazy. You got white people. I mean, you got black folks out here talking about some with the whole come on thing. Fuck that white boy. And who cares? Like it's like what? Like. Is you cool? Like this, like someone is dead here.
Somebody said, let's pick a day where we kill white people.
Like this,
what?
Like what is this? But this is the type of mental slavery you have to be in. So you're gonna be out here trying to plot on killing white people instead of plotting on your 401k, instead of plotting on your business, instead of plotting on
like I mentioned earlier.
Right, doing things to
elevate your life.
You.
Yeah.
Like this is what we're. And it's like again, it's about obsession with white people. Even going back to slavery panels, the slavery panels not about black people. It's about obsession with white people. You got to make white people accept this. You're gonna make you take our history. We're gonna make you put our panel up. You gotta put our slavery out, white people. You better fucking do it, white people. You're gonna avenge the ancestors.
Yeah.
What? Right. Like
it's weird.
It's weird, and that's why going back to the conversation. It's why I do what I do. That's why I don't mind. I don't care being call me a coon, call me whatever you want to call me. I don't give a damn because I just want black folks to be free from this. I do not want 2100, 2200. You know what I mean? And we're still on this slavery shit because it's never going to end.
Yeah.
They know. I mean, what did LBJ say? 200 years.
200 years.
They have no plans for any of this shit to end. We're going to be on some slavery shit for as long as they'll let us, as long as we let ourselves be on it, really. And we're waking up But now that we're waking up, we're undependable. Now Democrats got to get the new slaves,
Yes.
which are the illegal immigrants. And the thing is, they're not going to be dependable either, because once they get in here, a generation or two, they're going to realize this shit is stupid,
Once
and
they
they'll be
start
on to
using, like you said, once they
once
get
they
off
get some
the
money.
programs and
Yeah.
all that, they're not going to need the government assistance. But think about it, they want us over with government assistance, with welfare, like you said, the Great Society Act.
Yep.
But they got to keep us there in order to keep our vote. If we, like you said, we enrich ourselves, and we, once you get some money, once you make like $15 an hour is like the threshold, and you can't even get food stamps and stuff
Right.
anymore. So once a majority of us get above the poverty line, like you said, I think a bunch of people would change
absolutely.
parties.
That's what I said.
But they can't have that happen. So
No.
they gotta
gotta
keep, and then that's what welfare is. It give you just enough to keep you dependent.
Yeah.
It keep you alive, but they don't give you
thrive.
enough to thrive. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, like a dude, like just like a man, like you get that example. Like you give them, like if you,
Just a little bit
got a
enough.
little chick, a little
Yeah.
bum chick, you just giving a couple
give
dollars.
a couple dollars
Just
too,
to get,
and I can
keep
go,
her dependent on you.
right,
But
right.
I ain't giving her enough to actually start a business or
Right,
start,
right.
actually go thrive and prosper without me.
Right.
So that's all this is.
Give her
That's
just
all it is.
enough to, so I can go over there. I can, bust a nut right quick, middle of the night, give her all a little $50, $100, whatever, but it's never going to be enough for her to actually grow. And that's the thing. They're never going to give us enough to grow, because with money comes choices.
Yep.
If you're broke, you don't have any choices. That's and I think that when we talk about like freedom, because we're talking about black people, this whole thing of freedom, whatever. And I hate when I hear all these words about like we're not free, whatever. We're free, but the problem is that many of us are broke.
Yeah.
And that's what's binding you. Slavery is not. No one's going to put you in chains, because again, slavery as an institution, whether Lincoln did it or whatever, it was dying across the world anyway. It already because slavery was abolished in England first.
Yeah.
So because remember the slave trade was triangular. So it was it was Africa, Americas, England. It would go back and forth. So it was triangular.
Right.
So I mean, we already had one part of the triangle already starting to be abolished just from England. So it was, and with the slave revolt you had, what happened in Haiti, I believe 1803, the slave revolt in Haiti, where Haiti got their independence, where they overthrew the French or whatever. So slavery as a thing was not going to keep going. It was dying anyway.
Yeah.
It was dying anyway. It just happens to be that we had all these laws, whatever. They just jumped on the trend because think about it. If black people are going to be here much longer, we were eventually going to revolt anyway. Who was going to sit there and really just we're just going to be slaves? Like, we're just going to do that. Like, right. Eventually, it would. You already had Harriet Tubman. You already had these things. So they already saw where this was going. You know what I mean? They already knew where this was going to go. Slavery was just going to. So when they talk about like, they'll put you back in chains, whatever. Who is voluntarily doing that? I wish a nigga would be like, I'm gonna slave you. Bitch, I'm gonna kill that nigga. Like, period.
Right.
I'm gonna or you gonna kill me trying.
I believe that
people were running with that, during this election. I'm like, Project 2025 and all the BS.
You're gonna be back, and you're gonna put black people back in chains.
Yes, yeah.
And my question is always, are you going? Like, when the slave bus comes, are you getting on? Because it sounds like you niggas just gonna get on. Like, I don't. No one can put you in any type of slavery.
You're gonna be picking cotton if Trump wins. Like what? Where the fuck are y'all come up with this shit
That's
from?
their tactic.
They get that shit from The View and Sonny Holston and Whoopi Goldberg and all them motherfuckers, and they got white men that they sleep with. That's why I can't take none of them serious.
Was another one with a white man dancing back in the up there.
All of them.
What do you think, Goldberg a black name? No.
I mean, they ain't her running nowhere.
She had like 4 or 5 different husbands, and they all was white. None of them were black.
Remember, she was up there laughing at Ted Danson when he was her boyfriend, when he was in the blackface. With that picture of her up there just snickling and giggling with that. And then Joy Behar took the picture in the blackface. I was trying to be a darker skin. Bitch, is blackface. You got to put the standard for everybody. If a Republican did it, it'd be blackface. So if your ass did it, it's fucking blackface. But they have to have you in this thing. And I think that for black people, like we're the feeling of not feeling free, it's not oppression. You're just broke.
Right.
Because I know when I was broke, I felt oppressed, and I felt like, oh, the country and the slavery and I get the wokey thing because I was a wokey. I get wokeness. I totally understand. I get it. But I also realize it's bullshit. Right. Once you step out of that, and they don't want you to have any type of money.
Get up and
even for the black people that have a little couple dollars throw together, they'll keep you in the mental slavery.
That's
why they gotta push the Nolan Wells, and they gotta push the Carmelo, whatever. See if you get a little money. See, because I saw an article somewhere where it was, I don't know what rapper. It was some rapper or actor or somebody like that. It was saying, even when you rich, you still gotta do a racism. It's just like, oh, come on. Like,
the rapper said that.
I forgot who it was. It was somebody I saw, and I should have clipped it for the show, but they were saying that like even if you get money, you're still dealing with racism. So it's like they got to keep you in this mental chain. So if you're not broken in the projects, even if you get money, they still got to make you feel like you just can't be. You just can't.
Because they still out here killing niggas.
In the Black community, I think we pass down a lot of, like, we got, we all got different issues, or we all got different traumas that's passed down.
Yeah.
But the biggest trauma that's passed down is that victim mentality. Yeah. And the
we're taught that.
We just got a defeatist mindset.
Yeah,
like,
we're taught that.
Like what we just when I was 18, when I turned 18, Obama was running. Yeah, okay. So that was my first vote or whatever. But all they taught us about, they didn't teach us nothing about politics. All our parents and grandparents taught us, Republicans for the rich and the Democrats is for the poor
and for black
and white. Yeah, that's all they taught. So it's like, oh, okay. But even if it is rich and poor, you don't want to be rich one. Like, they don't even teach us to aspire to be better. It's always just, you poor, you gonna be this.
Yeah,
you never gonna grow. And we hate the rich. Like, vote against the. And then people don't do, like you said, people don't do the research. The rich pay overwhelming majority of the taxes.
Like, damn near all of it. Definitely over 50%.
Yeah, it's the top 1 pay 41%, the top 10 pay 64%, and the top 50 pay 97%.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the bottom 50 that want to tell everybody what to do with where the tax dollars should go, that bottom 50, they only pay 3% of the whole entire tax.
And the thing that kills me about taxes, this point, taxes are punitive at this point because they're printing money. So what are we paying?
Yeah,
taxes
they are.
For? If y'all printing money, the fuck we paying taxes for?
Exactly.
Like, that's why I like the idea. I mean, it didn't quite go through, but the idea what Trump was talking about, funding the government through tax. That's how it used to be.
Through the tariffs.
Even because people act like, through the tariffs, people act like, an income tax is like this thing from the founders. The income tax is a new thing. The income tax started in 1913 under the worst president we ever had, fucking Woodrow Wilson, who was the father of progressivism and a staunch racist. But that's who started that. If George Washington, who he owned slaves, but if he were alive, he'd be turning over his grave, looking at the way these taxes are.
When they start, didn't it start Boston Tea Party or something?
School tax.
So Boston Tea Party was a fight over taxes. I mean, the American Revolution, because they wanted I believe a 3% tax on tea.
And they fought about that.
On tea. They
turning their graves looking at us pay 20, 30, and 40%.
And the thing is that that's why rich people have all these offshore accounts and whatever and things of that nature. Because I mean, who the hell could blame them at this point? Like, the thing is, I could see if taxes actually went and helped the country, because they try to get you with this whole thing about you have to pay your taxes. Because I was a kid, they always pay your taxes because that's going to help the roads and the schools and
the bridges.
Right, bullshit. The Francis Scott Key Bridge, that shit's still in the fucking water. The bridge in Baltimore. Been 2 years. That man wrote the Star Spangled Banner. 250th anniversary of our country. His bridge is still in the water somewhere.
Remember, but Philly specific, what tax they started recently that was supposed to help the schools and
soda tax.
The soda tax, exactly.
We ain't see no money. Closing the hell down.
More schools closing, and the literacy rate is even lower.
And when I'm out on the road, I make sure I usually be out in the county, whatever. I make sure when I go to McDonald's, I make sure not to go to McDonald's in the city. I'm not paying no fucking tax.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to talk about in the county. I'm not paying no fucking soda tax.
That's where I get my supply for my vending machines. I go right over the city line, across to the Acme right there, no soda tax.
Yeah, because this is.
But wait, you should go to BJ's or Costco.
I got them too.
Because it's freaking.
But in the county though.
It's freaking ridiculous. Right, it's freaking ridiculous. Like, well, the thing about Jersey had no fucking bags, yo. When I go to fucking Walmart and I forget, because if I don't break, and I go and it's like we checking out, I'm waiting for the bitch to put my shit in the bag, and I'm just like, no fucking bags in Jersey. That shit drives me crazy, yo. Because it's like you're not thinking about it, like fuck, but there's no fucking bag. It's like. These are the stupid things that Democrats do to keep you. We're going to save the earth, take away plastic bags. Meanwhile, the plastic bag is the most reused thing. Everybody we use it for our garbage. I know I like to use plastic bags, like when I'm cooking or whatever. I'll put meat, whatever, put all that, and so it won't be sticking on my garbage. Like so fucking stupid, these laws. But they do all these things, even that to kind of keep you in a mental prison. So if they can't get you in the prison of being poor, they got you a mental prison of, well, if you got a little money, there's still, or there's still Jordan Wells. I mean, Nolan Wells. Sorry, there's still Nolan Wells. There's still
Carmelo.
There's always a thing. There's always going to be, and even Obama. Oh, well, my Trayvon Martin. That could have been my son. No, it couldn't. Negro, stop. Like, please stop. That would not be your son.
Trying to text us. Then they keep trying. You see the new one she trying to do with the ride share tax. She
Yeah.
stole that from Brandon Johnson.
She's talking about
Yeah.
Mayor Sherrell Parker.
Yeah, Sherrell Parker.
Yeah.
They trying to do that. But we gonna be paying tax on literally everything.
Everything.
Yeah,
You
they
ain't gonna have
it's
no
gonna be
damn
death by
paycheck.
1,000 cuts.
Right, death by 1,000.
Yeah.
And where is it actually going? The schools
It's not
suck.
going nowhere. Nothing is improving.
School
They
sucks.
keep
Yeah, the
saying they're going
garbage.
to add all this stuff to
Right.
improve this, or we need it for this. We need it, and then they let a couple years go by. We forget about it. We got such short memories, and they distract us with a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
Every couple months, we done forgot. Like I just brought up the soda tax. We forgot that was supposed to go to the schools.
And these are going, and it hits the little people, the regular people. Because even when you look
Yes.
at, like anytime I hear all these people talk about like new taxes, tax the rich, none of these people they're never talking about getting rid of the carried interest loophole, which means that
Yes.
like investment is taxed at half of the percentage that getting up and going to work regular
Yes.
people are taxed.
Yes.
So you have all these investment people, they're taxed less even.
Yes.
So if you really cared, AOC, Bernie, all about that, then why are we not getting rid of the carried interest loophole? Not going to do that because, like Trump said, this is what. And going back to, you remember the Dave Chappelle video, we talked about Trump and how Trump and Hillary in that primary, whatever, how Trump became a star. When Trump told Hillary, "You're not going to get rid of the tax things, because you're going to use the same loopholes I do, because you benefit from it, all your friends benefit from it," and that's the truth.
Yep.
But so rather than attack that, we got to be looking at slavery panels and stupid shit like that. If we wanted to attack something, let's attack that. Let's attack the fact that our tax is just not fair.
They just add new stuff,
and they're adding new stuff. Like
Especially in-
I always say, look, I'm not
New
a
York. Yeah,
right,
New York.
I am not a fan of protests. You will never see me in the right. I think protest to me is a grown people's like is a waste of time. It's a grown people's temper tantrum. No, thank you. But the one protest I will go to, we go to Washington, 300-400. I'm saying no. 2-3 million of us, bipartisan, black, white, young, old, and be like, fuck these taxes. Oh, that's the march I'm going to. We need to do that.
Same.
We need to do that.
Count me in on that.
That's
march.
the real march. And the thing is that there's so many things that we come together to as Americans, how our government screws us all, but we're so caught up in slave panels and all this stupid stuff. Go back.
Our pockets.
That does not affect our pockets
we didn't even
whatsoever.
know about before the removal or before it hit the news.
It's just like with the Confederate statues, like niggas like, we gotta take it out. Nigga, you don't even know where that shit was.
Yeah, you didn't know where it
You
was.
knew that shit
Like
fucking
I said,
existed
national
5
parks,
minutes
you
ago.
didn't know where no national
I didn't
parks
even know where
were.
they
Right.
were.
You remember I was snapping on that one.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all didn't even know where these parks was. And then did you even know it was free on Juneteenth? Did you go on any of these Juneteenths? That it was only in place since I think 2021 or 2022. Biden did.
But again,
So
it
wasn't.
we do what we're told.
Yeah,
We're told
100%.
the news media and the blackarazzi and the boule tells us to be mad about something, then that's what we get mad about.
Not enough people like us have the courage to speak out about it. Like you I meant to stop you earlier. You said this way earlier in the show. You were saying like you get DMs. I get that all the time, but of people scared to comment. They be like,
same.
I don't want to get in the comment. Man, they be talking crazy to you in the comments. They be disrespectful. I ain't even getting in there, but keep doing what you're doing, bro. Like they'll just message me or some text me and stuff like that. Like, bro, I feel you, but you got it. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
why-
I don't want.
that's
Yeah.
why-
They don't want to
what
come
Veronica
out
said.
publicly.
So many people don't have the courage.
Going back to what Veronica
stand-
said, I feel like there's hope. I do. I think there's hope for us. There's hope for Black people. I don't think that it's just over for us. I think that yes, it's hard. Yes, we have a very vocal, majority of people that are saying, all the things, you're a coon, all that or whatever. But I think that, like me, 10 years ago, I was a black man, still a black man, obviously, that was looking, right, that didn't change. That was looking for answers, because the woke shit wasn't answering the question. You couldn't tell me, like, why don't I have a job? Why don't I have money? Why am I having to leave yet another apartment to live in my car again? Why is it? This is my 2016. Why are all these things happening? You can't just tell me that it's slavery, Jim Crow, because there's too many niggas out here with money. I've seen black people with shit. I know black people that had shit, so it can't just be that. It can't
It's
just be
something that you're doing.
Right. What is it that I'm doing? How am I fucking up? And this thing is that they don't want us to ever do that. That's why I say
Figure it out.
The problem of your problem, black folks, is that you're broke.
Yes.
It ain't the laws of the government. You're broke. And if you were less broke, you'd probably feel a lot better about all these other things, but you get concentrated on slave panels and shit rather than let's take the time to figure out how can I get another source of income? How do I hustle on the side? How do I make my money work for me? Okay, I have this job. Okay, let me do a little something extra on weekends and save this. How about not another thing I had to stop doing? Like for me to get to the place I'm at now, I had to like stop buying shit, stop shopping. Like it's funny because when I was broke, I was the one then always up in Gucci and trying to buy Louis this and Gucci that and whatever. That's broke people shit.
Status symbols.
Right, the status symbols. Stop trying to get a dopamine hit and make yourself feel better by buying something when you are feeling. I feel like there's a tension that we feel when our lives are not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You kind of know, especially as a man. I feel like as a man, you kind of know, like, damn, I'm broke. I'm out here. I don't really got shit. I'm not really out here doing or hustling like I should be.
Yes.
So it's like you try to find answers. And one thing about wokeism is the victimhood, it answers all your questions. Because if you feel like I ain't got this, I can't do that, well, it's the white man. So I mean, I get why people do victimhood because it's very sexy. It's very sexy. And it feels right. Like I'm not gonna like the woke thing. If you're not paying attention, if you're not thinking, it does feel right. It does feel like, okay, Donald Trump, he's trying to take away our history of putting the slave panels down, and he's bad. And that's like it makes sense to you when you're in your feelings and emotions, but when you step out and you look and you understand how the government works. Because for me, the first step, the conservatives will understand how the government works, to understand like these people are not in office to fight for your freedom. You're already free.
Yes.
You're born free. There's nothing in this country that you can't do. You need to figure out how to do, where to do. Obviously, pay your debts down, come out of check systems, improve your credit. This is for everybody. It's not just black and white people, everybody. Because we all across the country, we're bad stewards of our credit and whatever. Impulse control. You don't gotta buy everything. You don't have to buy the fanciest car. Like one thing that I've done to help my credit come up is like I bought a new car last year, right? I wanted to pay no more than like $400 a month for a car. I could have actually afforded $6, $8, whatever. I said I want to pay no more than $4. Why? Because I knew for me to get a car with $400 note, I was going to end up paying $6 because I pay my car note weekly. I don't pay my car note monthly. They had to knock down the interest. I pay my car note weekly. So rather than paying $400 a month, I'll pay $150 a week. And it's hitting, and I'll have my car paid off in half the time. Doing that, you know what I mean? Just little things like that, but that takes impulse control. Because your average person say, "Well, I could afford $600 car note. Let me get a $600 car note." No, you want to go less. You want to live below your means, be able to save the money, have the money work for you, and then pay off all your creditors and whatever. Because you can negotiate a lot of that stuff. I negotiated so much of my debt off. I owed so much debt. My credit score was like 450 something, like a year and a half ago. It was a nightmare. But I decided to, you know what, I'm going to, live in this apartment in the ghetto. I lived in a studio apartment in West Philly, $675 a month, dodging bullets. But I saved a whole bunch of money living there for a year and a half, and I put all that money into growing my savings, paying everything back, getting my credit together. So it's a plan. It's not going to happen overnight, but you can work within this system. Because I'm sorry, if a West African come over here and do it, then why the fuck can't you?
Right.
That's self-awareness and self-accountability on your part. Like you was talking about with the victim mentality before. Yeah. If you got a bunch of people in your ear echoing what you're saying, oh, it's the white man. Because a lot of people will be like, oh, I got bad credit. Oh, so what? I ain't paying back the white man, or I ain't paying back this car. They got it. They got insurance. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got all those bad characters in your ear telling you that it's not your fault. It's slavery's fault that you took out a $10,000 credit card and maxed it out. You know what I mean? Like, so but all that takes accountability and, self-awareness on your part to even say, hey, I need to buckle down. I need to do this. I need to pay this off. And I want it better for myself. But they tell us we can't do better. So if you in that mentality where you don't think you can do better and you don't think anything is your fault, it's going to be detrimental to your life. You're going to be in the dumps forever.
Well, and they also make it. What I would say is responsibility is power. Mm-hmm. And the reason why, God is all powerful is because he's responsible for everything. Yes. When something happens, you blame God. Why? Because God is powerful, because God's responsible. If you have no responsibilities, you have no power. Yes. And if we are responsible for nothing, we're not responsible for, for our debt. We're not responsible for how we're poor. We're not responsible for where we live, what we do. Then we give all that power to the white man. Oh, the white man did it, and slavery did it, and this one did it, and that one did it. You're always going to be in the dumps. You're never going to be anything, and that's the point. Because if you're never going to be anything, then that's why Al Sharpton's there to lead you. Oh, it's okay, Blackie. You ain't never going to be shit. Just follow me, and I'll help you. I'll fight for you. And it's bullshit. Because I bet you Al Sharpton got good credit. Right. Al Sharpton can buy him a house and do what he want to do and go where he want to go, but you can't though.
And he's worth $5 million.
Right, he's telling he probably worth more than that. He got because
Yeah, you know,
Kamala just
Google.
gave the nigga 500,000. So
Great
that's
power
a
comes
tenth of
great
that.
responsibility.
Right.
Exactly, but that's the thing, and it's
Mhm.
difficult at first, and it was difficult for me to be able to, to blame myself. Like, damn, this is where I fucked up. This is where I didn't pay. This is where I live over my means. But to take that power back and to harness it and to make your shit right, there's just no better feeling than that. There's no better feeling than me. Like, I'm in a point right now in my life where it's nothing that I want that I can't have. Like, it's nothing. If I wanted to buy, it's nothing I can go out here and buy that I want that I can't have because I saved. I was frugal. I don't need a whole bunch of random ass shit. But if I wanted the Gooey, I ain't got the damn name right. The Gucci, the Louis, and all that, I can go to KOP and get that if I wanted it. But at this point now, I don't even want the shit.
Right. That's what I was about to say.
That's
I don't even want the shit.
Yeah, when you get out that space and you overcome and pay everything down and you build up a savings, it's like I don't even want them trinkets that
it's stupid.
broke people trinkets that I wanted when I didn't have it.
Exactly. That broke mentality. Exactly. Spending my
going into debt for it.
Right.
Silly.
Just dumb for no reason. And we're taught all these things, and these are the bad habits that we're bringing down from generation to generation because you have your mom machine pay her debt back, and she had the credits on her phone and all this stuff, all these wastes of money.
Yeah, barely passing. And
there was did you hear about the boy who got killed? I believe
the day after, because he had all the money.
And they went and
what was it? Prom or something?
Yeah, he took prom pictures with this big stack of money spread out. He got killed the next day. Somebody was trying to rob him, thinking he had the money.
But mind you,
that's why you shouldn't.
Mind you,
like
we're coons, right?
Right.
But the nigga who robbed and killed that black boy, not a coon.
Ain't no snitch, and they know who did it.
Right.
And they know who did it, and there's no snitching. But I voted for the wrong person, so I'm a bad person. I voted for the wrong guy. But the people out here,
law-abiding citizen, pay your taxes.
Right. The people out here
work
killing
every day, ain't hurt nobody in your life. But we the bad people.
Right.
But
the people who kill black people,
right? Yeah.
We celebrate Jay-Z, who made a whole freaking career off of writing songs about, or somebody wrote the songs about killing other black people, and he is our black leader. But God forbid you vote for Trump, then you're a coon and you're a bad person, and you're a bad black person, and then they got all the smoke too. We want to kill you. No smoke for the white people or the things that are keeping you down. No smoke for that. No smoke for any of that. But you voted for Trump, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna really. But this is all inculcated, learned behavior. No one's born thinking that way. Right. So my challenge to black people is like the Bible says, you do not conform, be transformed by renewing your mind. Yes. When you think different, you are different. And that's the difference between me woke and me not woke now. Yes. I just think my
mindset has just
my mindset is totally different. I don't have that brokey ass mindset.
I don't have the same friends no more. You separate. Yeah, you when you
had
your awakening. Yeah, like we've had. You gonna see the real and the fake. Like your real friends gonna emerge and your fake friends gonna fall off.
I lost everybody.
Me too. Yeah,
but
me too.
Family too. Though.
I've even had people call my job and try to get me fired.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's
but you're for black people, but yet same black woman calling up my fucking job trying to get me fired.
About what though? Yeah, that's not a crime. That's your.
But these people voted for antebellum ass Biden. That's what kills me. It's not like y'all had somebody who was on the ballot who was really out there even Kamala. All the black men Kamala put in jail. Like Kamala done locked down more black men in California than damn Kardashian. Are you kidding me right now? Like, please, Kamala is who y'all this the black leader.
Football numbers. She wasn't even giving
over weed.
Yeah.
But this is who y'all are saying we got to vote for. That's like anybody that the Democrats and the Boule tell you what to do, who to vote for, they just wind up, watch them go.
And Winsome Earl Sears is a great example of that. When Obama told them to vote for Abigail over Winsome Earl Sears.
Yeah,
right. And 6 months before, he told us vote for the black woman because she was black.
Exactly.
So again, from that article you're reading, their march is not about voting rights because black people can vote. I don't see where we can't vote. We can get IDs. To me, if we were going to do national holiday, I still want election day to be national holiday. Somebody has an excuse not to vote. We can get IDs. The only people that can't, they are now, is the freaking illegals. And somebody had a nerve tell me, oh, the illegals, they're not voting. Yes, the fuck they are. if they're getting IDs, they're voting. Because when you go to DMV, what's the first question they ask you if they get your ID? They do your voter registration. Same computer. There's always when they do that whole thing. You don't think they putting them in for voter? Of course they are.
Yeah.
Of course
'Cause
they are.
even at my polling site, when I walked in there with my ID, they didn't even ask for it.
Right. They don't even ask.
They don't
I
ask
always
you
give it
for
to them,
and
but
I
they always give it right
give it
back.
to them, they give it
They
right
give it
back.
right the fuck back.
But I remember my first time voting ever, which was for Obama, I think in like 2012, because I wasn't old enough to vote in 2008. But I remember like I remember my mom and them and grandma saying like when you make sure when you go you have your ID with you,
Right.
because they match it up
Yeah, to
with
the
your
address.
name
Yeah.
and address in
Yeah,
the book.
Yeah.
So every time I went to go vote, I just always knew to bring my ID with me. But now it's a problem. Want to know why? Because they have illegal immigrants voting in our elections. That's why they don't want the Save America Act passed and all that bullshit. It has nothing to do with anything else other than that.
That's why they want to put you
not waking up
in your black district, because that's going to hold you up. Okay, blacks, we'll put you in your black district. That'll shut the blacks up. We'll just keep you there while we do the real work for the illegals.
Behind the scenes.
And what's crazy is that I thought
to replace y'all niggas. And Trump told y'all that we were being replaced by niggas, but y'all said Trump's racist for saying that shit. But he was real when he was saying it.
I really thought, and I guess this is me being naive, I thought that when black folks saw that Biden was letting them illegals in, they were putting them in black neighborhoods in black cities. They put them in New York. They built a whole thing for them or whatever in Randall's Island, New York. They're giving them hotel stays. I just knew that black folks were going to be incensed. I just like, oh, black people gonna have a fit. I mean, but again, I thought black people would be mad when Joe Biden said, "You don't vote for me, you ain't black." I thought, Joe was done. I said, oh, Joe is done. Yeah. Black folks are gonna go in. Black folks ain't gonna have that. How dare this white man tell them what they got to do? Black.
I was more mad at Charlemagne for asking the question at the time. But
I just knew that black folks
outrage should have been there. Yeah, I thought so too. I thought because they closed schools in Chicago, they closed like 50 schools.
They closed like 17 here.
Oh, yeah, right. But they closed a bunch of schools, said they didn't have funding for them. They had remember they sanctuary city, they had that crazy influx of migrants. They opened up a bunch of schools to house the migrants. So it's like you got the money to house them. Y'all housing them, and they were shelters for them, but y'all didn't have it for the
educating black children.
Yeah, educating black children in that's American citizens in your city. Y'all ain't had the money for that, but you got the money to bring them over. Like you said,
it wasn't
a new voter base.
It wasn't a march, a tweet, a post, nothing.
Nobody cared.
Yeah. Nothing. That's what it's literally mental slavery. And what does it, and this is why I do what I do and why I do the things the way I do, really the overseers are not even anybody besides us. It's peer pressure.
Yes.
It's I don't want to oppose them because they're my friends. They're gonna call me a coon. That's why I do the hat thing. That's why I do this. The reason why I do this is because I know that they use this coon thing to keep us bound, to keep us in. You have to behave. You can't go outside. What the Democrat Party says, we're gonna call you a coon. No, I'm not scared of being coon. Fuck that.
Yes.
I'm not doing any fucking dumb shit or shit I see is dumb.
Yeah.
Just because I'm scared of what y'all are gonna call me. What is this, schoolyard playground type shit? Fuck out of here. No, I'm not doing that.
So many of us got the Arrested Development as well.
But we're scared of this. That's why I keep doing the coon thing, because y'all so scared to be called a fucking name when you know this shit don't make no sense. You know this. You got common sense. Like you said, how the fuck are they gonna be putting the schools they don't have the money to educate your black kids in the school and gonna close the school, but they'll open that school back up, use that same AC, same electricity that they said they couldn't afford, but they got it for people or illegals, people who were supposed to be here, and they just got here 5 minutes ago. Get no reparations for you. That's why I always bring back to reparations, because at the end of the day, if y'all got all this for illegals, then I don't want to hear no reparation shit. Y'all should have been paid that out.
Nice hotels in New York.
They're giving them full on second. My thing is, okay, if you care much about black people, then fine. Erase all black people's credit then. If you care about black people so much, if you can give illegal a house, if you can give illegal, you giving illegals a whole fresh start in this country. Oh, we don't want to go back. It's dangerous there. It's dangerous in Chicago for niggas. And really, if you look at the rates of some of these murder rates, it's actually worse than some of these countries, in some of these big cities, these big Democrat cities. So, and you feel bad for them. It's a danger for them. What about for us? Nothing. But this is what they want all. But again, black people, it's our fault. Our leadership sucks because the citizens suck. We suck as citizens.
Yes.
We will never come to them and challenge them because we're afraid of being called a coon. We're afraid of this shit. We're so afraid of this that you'll let your life languish in the fucking ghetto and be nothing, but you're scared of somebody calling you a fucking name.
Right.
Shit we should have got over in the fucking 4th and 5th grade.
Exactly. Yeah. What hurt me more is like back to the Trump accounts. I said, don't be, it's like, even if you hate Trump, don't, like, you don't, this is a selfish act to your
For
kid.
your child.
Why you not take, yeah, like we was speaking before we aired. $1,000, if you don't touch the $1,000 and you just let it grow, the stock market grows on average 10%. If by the time your kid turn 18, if you start it now, it'll be up to $5,400 just for doing nothing. Just literally,
you can add to it. And the thing is that no matter whether Trump is in or out, compound interest is going to work the same way. The stock market
it's not going to be called Trump accounts when he leave. You know, Trump he advertised. You know, he a businessman. He put everything. Yeah, Trump all that stuff. It's not going to be Trump by the time your kid is 18. So get out your feelings and take that free money. Even if it was. Who cares? Who cares? If it benefits you, who gives a fuck? Right. But it's like the 8,000 will grow to 231,000.
Yeah, but the power. But again, this is compound interest. Something that I just learned about. Probably like really learned about maybe like a year ago, because no one's teaching our kids that. They're not teaching our kids. They'll teach you every manner of slavery, every manner of Jim Crow, every slave in George Washington. You're gonna know their name, what they ate, how they did, all that.
Everything.
Compound interest, nothing.
Yeah.
Compound interest, nothing. Stock market, nothing. Nothing that actually matters.
Taxes,
nothing.
nothing.
But and this is what I'm saying. It's inculcated in black people, and we have to stop this.
Yes.
Well-meaning, smart black people have to stop this bullshit or separate. You're like Chris Rock said, between the niggas and the black people.
Yes.
My children will not be taught any of this slavery ass bullshit. Yes, it happened. We had slaves in our lineage. That, you know, it's a thing that happened all over the world. There were a lot of different slaves around the world. However, this is who you are. This is compound interest. This is how to balance a checkbook. This is how you get money out here. That's the point. I feel like the point of any man, especially in speaking to the men specifically, your point as a man is to be financially free. Yes. If you are out here and you can't do because you can't do this, you can't afford that, you are somebody's bitch. Okay. You then in that case, you are not free. But that's not the government, that's your own doing. Because for every man should be able to find that way for himself. There's no reason why you should be out here 30 and 40 and I can't do this and I can't add that and I can't go there. The slavery panels, that's not your fucking problem. You need to leave that. You're not even privileged enough to deal with that. Nigga, you broke. You too broke to deal with that problem.
We so disillusioned, man. It's crazy that I think the way to honor everything you just said, that's how we honor the ancestors.
Get money.
By getting money, by taking advantage of everything they sacrificed for. People died. People, went to jail. People did all that civil rights stuff in the 60s.
And I always
all the rights that they all the stuff that they sacrificed to have us where we are today. Honor them by capitalizing on everything that they sacrificed.
Right.
And being the best you can now, teaching your kids to be even better than you.
Exactly.
By each generation being better. But they think honoring the ancestors is trying to be like them.
Wallowing in it.
No, not being over.
Getting back at white people.
Right. You can't go.
It's the ancestors. I mean, that's literally the organization.
You can't drive forward looking in the rear view.
Exactly.
Run into the back of somebody.
Exactly.
You gotta
nowhere near that shit.
I look at it like this. I would want my 7 times great grandfather, Hampshire Brown, who was a slave. I want him looking down at me, be like, look at this nigga.
Right.
Podcast, right. Got screens and shit.
Yeah.
This nigga got recording equipment and shit. Shit. Like, this nigga live in the penthouse. Oh, that's what's up. Like, that's great. Like,
be proud.
Be proud of. I want when I die, I look at my 7 times great grandchildren, whatever, 100 years from now. Look at them rich. Okay. Look at you with that estate. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I don't want to see you poor and you out here avenging me.
Yeah.
Fuck you gonna, what is that gonna do? We don't have a time machine. Right. Everything that happened in the past is what was told to you.
Yes.
It's real, yes, but it lives in here.
Yes.
It's not out here. What's real is what you can see, what you touch. What's real is this moment right now. Mm-hmm. All of history is all in here. It's a psyop. It's what they told you. Right. So what they tell you, you then have to walk out and have some type of reaction to. Yes. But again, what's most important is what we do right here in our life every day. Like when people come about this history shit, what's your credit score? Like,
right.
How much money you got to pay?
Right.
You own something? You own your home.
Because
Right.
that's what you
Own a
should be
business.
worried, worried about the wrong
Because
shit.
you worry about the wrong shit. If you worry about a slavery panel and your rent ain't paid,
Yeah.
You worried about the wrong
I
shit.
said
Yes,
that on
you
my
worry
page,
about that.
bro. I said my ancestors, they more proud of me than they are of you.
yeah.
You trying to avenge
Yeah.
them, and I'm out here running it up and doing my thing, and I'm
As
telling
a
people,
black man.
I'm out here, I'm spreading the message that hey, we can do that. They call me a coon for saying, hey, there is, slavery don't have that much power today. It's not enough to hold you back. We can do whatever we want. Like you can be the best you can. Oh, you a coon,
That's why
slavery,
I
and
always
no,
say
you
to
can.
the
You got to
schools
work
because
twice
they
as hard,
always
and
say that.
you put your kid at a disadvantage when you tell them that.
Yes, you
People
do.
don't realize that.
Yeah.
Like Amber Rose just went viral for saying she don't tell her kids that twice as hard,
Yeah.
the work go half as far. Filled with a bunch, it was on a blog site, a bunch of
Mhm.
comments, bunch of people say, "Oh no, you gotta
tell them that."
And I'm definitely gonna tell my kid, "Oh, they gonna see, It's like, what? Why would you even want that? Why would you want them to see?
But the thing is,
Yeah.
it's a crabs in the barrel mentality.
Yeah, it is.
Because even with us, you gonna see what them white folks
Right,
think
you gonna
about
get
you.
your wake up
They gonna
call.
right, you
and
get your
it's like,
Negro wake up call. They gonna tell you what it's like. Again,
Right.
even that you're talking in a way in which white people are up, black people are down.
Yeah,
Like
and
that's
you
just the way.
wishing it too.
You're wishing
Yeah,
that
you
on
wish-
people. Oh, well, you'll see. Oh,
Yeah.
you think you all that?
Yeah.
Them white folks, they gonna tell
Yeah.
you how they really feel about
Yeah.
you.
Right.
You ain't nothing but a nigga, no way.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
like,
What?
but I thought y'all was
Right.
black
I
empowerment.
crack
Like,
up when
I
they
say
say that.
defeatist mindset.
but that's exactly it is.
It's
But misery loves company.
They'll
So-
never pick you.
Yeah.
right.
That's
Misery
like,
loves
what?
company. So
Right,
if
yeah,
you
they'll
wanna-
never. Yeah, right.
Famous
So
line.
if you want to step out the misery, and I'm not, that's why I say I'm not. My thing to them, look, y'all miserable. Y'all
Yeah,
miserable. Y'all broke. Y'all sad, and y'all want everybody else be in that same miserable boat with y'all. Y'all stay on some misery shit, like. But again, back to the quote: to be black and conscious in this country is to be in a state of rage. So they have to be conscious of their misery, conscious of a slavery. Or again, slavery only lives in here. We didn't live none of that shit. So I would love an experiment where have a black child boy. Don't tell them about none of that shit.
Yeah.
Just be American. Just no slavery, nothing. You just American. You just doing shit.
Yeah.
And just see how that person turns out, as opposed to the one who's slavery, Jim Crow. We're putting
Yeah.
all types of insecurity in our kids.
Immediately. Yeah.
These kids are innocent.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
we supposed to have gone through. We're supposed to be better. We were making their
Right.
lives better. We went through the
We're
shit. So they can,
regressing.
right, and it's like we're regressing. We're bringing them back.
Yeah.
All this slavery shit. What are we doing?
Critical race theory, and remember they wanted that got struck down, but thank God it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if a Democrat come, it'll be back because that's what they need.
That's
Yeah,
what, yeah.
I'm like African American history, not enough. No, critical race theory is literally now it's a class on teaching black kids about the inequities, and you're not gonna get this unless you. Yeah, that's.
And then what's
pretty much-
crazy
that's a-
is that they're teaching this also in a lot of these woke white private schools
yes,
that have no black kids. And now you're teaching white kids when they go out in the world, the black people, they're beneath you.
yeah,
Basically,
right.
in the name of DI and whatever social justice, you're basically telling them that the blacks
Those
like
are
they're
the
beneath you.
And they the woke. I was just about to say that the woke white liberal. I always tell them, I'll be like, y'all don't realize they're the real racists.
Yeah.
The ones you think is the white apologist people. They see us as beneath.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was having a whole argument with one of them in on Facebook because they were like, "Well, this you don't understand because you don't have privilege." It's a white man telling me you don't
Yeah.
have privilege. Oh, so I guess you do. So you're,
Right,
so you're
right,
better than me.
exactly.
Is that like so
Yeah.
you're better than me? Is that what you're trying to say? Like, well, you just don't understand because of the police. And this is the other thing. Okay, the police shit. Okay, why does everything in the black experience hinge upon being pulled over by the police? Like that's like the most important thing that could ever happen in your life as a black person. What about the millions of black people get pulled over by the police every day and get along fine? No bullets, no gunshots, no nothing. Or the ones who just don't. Like,
yes.
what if you're just not a criminal? Like, what if I'm just not a criminal?
Right.
Like, is that okay? Like, can I? Is that possible? That I can just like not be a criminal? Like, everything is. Even when they did the whole thing with Trump and like the criminal justice thing, I read some of the whole thing with like Alice Johnson, whatever. And it's cool and everything, whatever. But as a non-criminal black person, it's just kind of like, okay, but like, can y'all not equate criminal justice to like black people? I get it. There are a lot of black people that are in jail, whatever, an amount that's close to black people. Like, I get that, but that is not my experience. Like, that's not my experience.
I haven't. Yeah, since I'm gonna be honest. Since I've been conservative, I haven't had a bad experience with police getting pulled over. Like I'm not equating it to that, but it's just like, you know, it come with a different mindset as well. So
Right.
now I don't play victim when they pulling me over. I don't give attitude. It's just, hey, how you doing? You know, here's my
Give 'em your
paperwork, this, that, and the
paperwork
third. So, and I noticed, I learned this. We not taught this in our community, but most cases, the police, they just mirror your attitude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you come positive attitude and you not,
They
you know,
gonna
act,
match that
yeah,
positive
they're gonna
they match your
If
energy.
you
Yeah, so
cocky
if-
and nasty,
right.
they can be cocky and nasty.
Yeah, they're gonna
too.
be.
Then they're
Yeah.
going to win. They got they're in the authority space right there.
Yeah,
You know what I
get
mean?
what you
What you put out. Exactly. Yeah. So when I just
Yeah.
come, hey sir, how you doing? You know, this, that, and the third, and I haven't had a bad experience yet. And then that usually gets you out the ticket if you did do
Yeah,
did do
It
some
does. It does.
infraction. But when you come up, camera up and super woke,
all
and why you-
hype
I'm
and
not putting my window down, you know, that
Yeah,
kind of
like
stuff
that.
trying to go viral. That's when you run into issues.
Of course, always,
so-
always. Yeah, always. I mean, I look at it like this, but police is a job like any other job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just want to get back home to their family
Yes.
at the end of the night, and nobody wants to do a whole bunch of bullshit. It's like,
Right.
just can we just like most times they don't even have to even arrest you or ticket you because
Yes.
there's more paperwork for them to do,
Exactly.
more shit they gotta do.
Right.
It's a job like any other fucking job. I just want to do this shit and go to fuck home. You know what I mean? I
Right.
don't feel like dealing with all this paperwork and shit, but we have to always have this attitude of the police are our enemy. The
Yes.
police actually work for you.
Yeah.
So why would you? They're public servants for a reason. I think we need
they'll
to
say
flip
that,
the
but they'll be the
attitude.
first one to
Yeah.
call 911.
Right, because
They
right,
could
right.
come in their crib or
We're ready to go upside your head. Now you want to call
Exactly.
911.
Now
You
you
know,
wanna call the
exactly,
police to come
exactly.
to your
I take body cams did more damage than help to the you know, like the woke blackity blacks.
Yeah, well, it
Yeah,
showed
like
a lot
it
of their
did
bad
more-
behavior.
it sh-
Showed
exactly.
a lot of
Yeah,
that
'cause
behavior.
we just, you know, we was running with before body cam. We pushed for body cam.
Right.
'Cause it was just like, oh, we just
We're
getting
being
we getting hurt,
targeted.
we
Yeah,
getting
being
targeted, we
targeted,
getting
and
hurt
you're
for no
realizing-
reason, and this, that, and the third.
Which I
But
think is
now it's
kinda
showing
good.
a lot of the degenerate behavior.
Which I
that's
think is
going
good because it's illuminating
Yes.
like a lot of things that they do.
Right.
I just had somebody text me. My friends watching text me saying that it looks weird on IG. Yeah, IG is very weird because like it cuts the. I'm trying to make it like do full on IG, but I just go on IG to let people know that I'm live. If you're trying to watch this on IG, go on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Rumble. Go on all the other things. Go on X because like the IG is weird. But I go live on IG just so people know that
Yeah,
we're
you're
live.
live.
But it's only showing like the middle. Hi IG. Hi IG. It only shows like
it's vertical.
yeah, because it's
Yeah,
vertical
it's
and like it's retarded.
Oh, yeah,
and
right.
IG. And I don't know
I'm
why
not
they
on
don't.
there
Yeah, I don't know
anymore.
why they don't shrink it down. Like 'cause IG is like retarded. So yeah. So hi IG. Yeah. So my friend says about you, Fa, I'm distracted by his muscles. LOL. Very good eye candy today. So thank you for your comments, guys. I didn't even look at the comments. It's comments. I didn't even look at the comments.
I be out the comments.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even look at all the comments. Hey, you guys, let me start reading some of the comments. I'm so sorry, you guys. I read like no comments at all. Kilburn, which is one of our favorite watches here, Kilburn 1776, says, oh, this is from way back. I have relatives in the Union Army. We're talking about the whole reparation thing and Civil War, whatever. Let's see what else here. One of the best Supreme Court justices of all time, Clarence Thomas. Yeah, we love Clarence Thomas here. Love Clarence Thomas. Marcy Hill says, we never ever mention that slavery shit in my home. Right on, right on, right on. And let's see. Jim, oh, how dare you wear that hat in my presence? Somebody, my coon hat. It says Jimothy does not approve of my headgear. So Jimothy, I don't know if you guys heard. There's like Jimothy is like this weird animal that they found somewhere. I saw it in the news, and they don't know whether it's like a raccoon or whether it's like some type of fox or something. But it's a very weird looking animal, and they don't know what it is. It's on a loose. They call it Jimothy. With all the looting, destruction, and just acting like animals in society, I feel bad for the decent, hardworking, law-abiding Black people. I would feel embarrassed myself. I mean, I don't look at it like that. I mean, the thing is that, yes, there are Black people out there that are, acting a fool, doing things, but that has nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? I don't think of myself. Like, for example, white people don't look at trailer trash white people. This is what I like about white people. White people delineate their like trash white people and they're like upper class white people.
Right.
White people don't look at their trailer trash and meet that as like a representation of all of them. Only black people seem to do that. I don't do that. So if you're out there looting and destructioning and killing people and all that stuff, that's not gonna do with me. Okay, you're black, but that's not a reflection of me. Like that's something you decide to do. That's your problem. Like I don't. That's not something I do in my mind. So I don't look at it that way.
But
yo,
the frustrating part though, to your point, yeah, I think. But you know, the downtrodden, you know, the white trailer trash, they not the loud minority. We got a loud minority of our degeneracy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the loudest. So people that didn't grow up around no black people, they might see, you know, VH1 or what's baddies on?
Yeah. I don't know.
Zeus or any of that BS.
Yeah.
Or you know, or any other, you know, any other degeneracy on TV, the shows and stuff. They might see us three and they might associate us with that kind of behavior. You know what I'm saying? That's the frustrating thing with me. Not even just white people, just any race. They might be like, you know, they might, you know, that's all they know as far as a representation of black people. So that's the frustrating part, that we got to allow minority. Other cultures, they're
and that's what's being pushed by the media. That's being pushed by the media. But it is pushed by the media, but it also is pushed by us again because when there is and this is my experience just living in West Philly, when there is a situation in which, you know, one of us calls the police to arrest somebody, the police usually don't give a damn because they know if they come over there and they try to arrest somebody, half neighborhood gonna be out trying to stop them from arresting Ray Ray. Ray Ray done robbed people. Ray Ray done killed folk. But I don't want to see another black man. When I ever see that, like when they're talking about like, oh, I will call a policeman. I just don't want to see another black man in jail. You mean the black man that killed people, the black man that raped people, like the black man that's doing shit to other black people? Why would that black man not be in jail? I don't want to give him to the white folks. It's not the white folks. Like it's your government too. Like it's not just, but it's always seen as this enmity we have against the police, like we're all a bunch of lawbreakers, and we're not. So to answer that question, black folks acting bad, and nothing to do with me. Yeah, that has nothing to do with me.
This is on you because you stopped it.
That's what you did. Like I don't take that as
go when he could have. You know, you could have did something.
I don't take that as something on me. Or I don't take that as like, oh, that's a part of my black experience. That doesn't do with me. That you want some criminal shit. That's your problem. That doesn't do with me. So, but thanks for your comment, yo, Peanut 56. And I see you got some people out here. Fa. Somebody says, yeah, Fa. This is Six Slim.
That's my dog. He on a panel with me last night.
Okay, what's up? Well, we're glad you are here, Six Slim, to watching because I know y'all were up all night with Anton. So you know, tell Anton, said, hey, can I get on the panel? Is everybody on the panel except for me? Can I get on the panel? Shit. And here Naomi from last week. We all know my friend Naomi who was here last week with us.
Hey Naomi.
She says. White people don't claim the poor people in their society, like what you were saying, Fa. So yeah, exactly. Let me see. Are there any other comments here? I think it's another friend of yours too. Sa Passe. Oh, Sa Passe.
Spaces.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait.
Spaces. That's his name.
Oh, Space. I'm thinking he was the patient. Is Sa Passe. Oh, Sa Passe. Oh, okay. I'm like Sa Passe. I'm so sorry. I normally get the comment. We were just so in conversation. I didn't even look at the damn comments. So there we are. All right. So we'll move on to our next subject. Speaking of Trump naming things after himself, we have the Trump airport situation here. Well, you know, as you know, the airport down in West Palm Beach was recently named after President Donald Trump. And of course, you know, the wokies are having a fit, and they're oh my God, there was even a fake story saying that United Airlines was telling people that they could give them credit, try to reroute them out of the area because it's basically a Miami area airport. There are 3 airports in Miami. I used to live down in Miami. There's the big one, Miami International. The second one will be Fort Lauderdale, and then the third one would be West Palm, as far as like usership or whatever, and farther from Miami. But there's a report on MS Now. We'll give them some burn because they get like about 2 people watching that shit. So let's play their report, and we'll talk about it at the end when we come back. Let me put it on the screen for you guys too. Okay, why can't I hear nothing? Hold on.
These people have Trump derangement syndrome.
They surely do. Why can't I hear this lady? Hold on.
Like, I could give a damn about.
Oh, let me take the video. I think I have it. Another thing. Let me just take it.
It wouldn't bother me.
Hold on, I will put it on another way. Give me 1 second here. Oh, these foibles. And here we are. All right, let me see. Is that? Yes. Let me put it on for you guys too. Okay, this oddly enough, okay, this has no sound. Okay, very weird. All right, we'll just talk about it. But yeah, so they named the airport after Donald Trump. And of course, you have all these people now. They're saying that they don't want to fly into the airport. They'll choose another airport. Why is he naming it after himself? But I remember when I was truck driving, actually, I was in Pennsylvania up in Scranton. And if you notice, if you're on I-81 in Scranton, you'll notice that there is a Joe Biden expressway going into Scranton. I would not drive on that expressway because it has Joe Biden's name on it. Like, if it gets me where I need to go, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna whatever. I just don't understand that. And I think people are upset. They're saying that Trump is naming things after himself, but he's still president. But there's also in Miami, right outside Miami anyway, like right in Broward County, there's an Obama Boulevard. There's Obama Boulevard also in LA. There's Obama stuff all over the place. Right. There was that whole Obama fried chicken thing, which, that was a thing in New York, but that's a whole other situation. But people, if they want to choose to name themselves Obama fried chicken, they can. It was an African owned chicken place in New York, and people are like, oh, how can you name it that? And they were proud of it because they were proud of Obama. But would you not use this airport because Trump's name is on it? Like, how ridiculous is that?
Not at all. That's just like the emotional irregulatory thing we've been talking about with the community. It's just
same shit.
Oh my God, same thing. It's the same thing. Like we talked about with the Trump accounts. Yeah, you won't even take no money for your kid,
right? Because it has his name on it, which is like the craziest thing in the world. I was looking at even some of the comments on this stuff. I mean, it's like the most nuts thing in the world. Like, how would you? So you're gonna take a more expensive flight? I mean, again, it's not even the biggest airport in Miami, so it's not like most people wouldn't even fly unless you're flying directly to West Palm. It's not even an airport you're really even going to use. It's not even like the larger airport. It's not like it's like Kennedy or MIA or O'Hare or something. Like, it's just
enraged about
it. But even if it was, why? Who cares? How is it affecting your flight and your life? You're still getting to where you're going at.
Wherever you're going.
And I'm not just saying that because I like Trump. Even if I didn't like the man, like I was.
If they named the airport after Obama, I'm not gonna not go to the airport because it's Obama's name. Like, I think that's ridiculous. Like, I'm not gonna I'm Obama airport. I can't use it.
So mad
because Obama's name is on it. Right. I'm gonna find the comments. Hold on, so the comments are actually hilarious.
Every other day, it's the same shit with them.
They got Kamala Harris, Walmart, or something, but they got the best deals. I'm going. Yeah, just because I didn't vote for her. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, oh, we're not going.
I'm not going because Kamala's there. Like, what? Like, they got the best deals. I'm going. I don't give a shit about.
But okay, Leah, wherever they wherever Expedia puts me through,
right,
I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I'm doing it. Like, screw that. So yeah, I don't get it at all. I don't. But I mean, the TDS, of course, we already know the TDS. They're going to be going crazy. They're going to be losing their damn minds. It doesn't make any sense.
I say the Democratic Party did that. That's the best job they did was, selling people on Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah, they successfully achieved that.
And I mean, they're
out their mind.
They're losing their effing minds just because Trump has his name on something. And I mean, and then they moved his name off the Kennedy Center because, again, I guess that was like an act of Congress or whatever. I will say, I think the Trump Kennedy Center was a bit much. I mean, they already named the Kennedy. Why would you want to add his name to it? That one I was kind of like. And the other thing to the Trump reading, I don't mind the Gulf America thing. I think that's cool. Gulf America is fine. I mean, because really it's North America, so it's all of like America. So to me that makes sense. Actually, more than Gulf of Mexico. And the other renaming I don't like, and this may get me in trouble with people. I don't care. I don't like the Department of War thing. I don't like it. I don't like the renaming. It should be Department of Defense. Like, where we are not a country, where we shouldn't be a country that randomly just starts wars with people and is like aggressive. even though we have been, and I'm not a fan of that. You know how I feel about the war, but I don't like the Department of War name. So if someone would like, if we were to have another president come and change that back, I would be in support of that. I don't like the fact that we're naming our defense thing. I still don't call it Department of War. I still call it DOD or whatever. I don't see why we're calling it Department of War. We're supposed to be, as America, we'll be like, the just country that helps people and humanitarian. And it just feels very Department of War feels like we just out here starting shit. You know what I mean? I don't like that. That was one name change or one change they made that I was not for that. I don't like that at all. I don't think that we should be doing that. So speaking of our last story before we get to our lightning round of changes, I don't know if you guys have heard, they're making a big deal in Congress about daylight savings time, which I don't understand. I don't understand why this is a thing. Everybody acts like to get or to change their time twice a year is like the worst thing in the world. Oh my God, you're changing the time. We have to change the time. And what people don't realize with daylight savings time, and the reason why we do this is we do it because the earth doesn't change. So because the earth doesn't change, we have to change. And during the wintertime, we're actually much closer. I mean, we're further away from the sun than we are in the summertime. That's why the days are shorter. And that's why we change our days to like be in concordance with that. But as you can see, like if they were to have the new daylight savings time times, if we were to have this permanent, it's December 1st in Miami, sunrise would be 8:02 a.m. So that means that in the middle of the wintertime, your kids are going to school, they can be standing outside in the fucking dark.
And they tried that in 1974 and it didn't work.
Oh wow, bro.
And in December of 1974, they tried that. And then a year later, when the wintertime came, all the children were out in the dark. They had to wear like reflectors and all that. And people were complaining and it didn't work. So then they switched it back. So
yeah, because it doesn't make any sense. Because it makes absolutely no sense. I'm trying to find the tab.
I don't like this whole idea thing.
And I don't understand why everybody's so inconvenienced by just changing the damn time. It only happens twice a year. Your car does it automatically. Your computer does it automatically. So I don't see the big deal. But they passed the House now where they want to keep this permanent because people get so upset about it. Or like, okay, when we change the time, we go back forward or back. Yeah. Does that affect you really? Because people always talk about like, I'm tired. You ever heard people like, because the time change usually goes on like Saturday night, maybe like that Monday morning. Oh, I'm just all messed up over the time change. The time change. It's like, bro, you lost the hour.
It's all up here,
right?
Mentally,
you'll be so surprised at how many people think you lose an hour every night. I still had that conversation with people every year. I said no, it's just the one day the clock jump forward, right. So you lost an hour just that night.
Right. Just that night.
They think it's not for the whole year. So many grown people still think that you lose the hour for the whole entirety of the period.
And it's also because the year is like our year is like 365.25 days or something. That's why we have like a leap year thing every 4, because at 25 every 4 years it makes an extra day. That's why that's why it does it like so. It's not, our system is not 100% perfect. So the reason why we do that is because the earth is, we do that to respond to the earth. Yeah. So it's like we're static because the earth is not. You know what I mean? The earth is going to move. The earth is going to change. This system every year, the earth can do the same thing. So we have to change to accommodate the earth. So now we're just saying we're not going to change. Okay, well the earth is going to do what the earth does. But to have 8:38 in the morning, Seattle, the sun's out up to 8:38 in the morning. Because I remember when I was in school, when I was in high school, we used to have this thing called zero period, and zero period was like before first period, obviously. It was like 7:45. Yeah, so I can imagine your kid going to school, right? And it's just pitch dark out, and it don't get dark, and it don't get light until like second period.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the daylight saving time becoming permanent.
I'm just not. It just doesn't make any sense. Oh.
But then you got people. Somebody from Alaska was like, I seen a couple comments. They're like, oh, you guys will be all right like that. We don't have daylight.
Well, because they have the land of midnight sun. So, which I always wanted to go to Alaska, because in the summertime, they have like 16 hours of nothing but daylight.
Oh, daylight. Oh, okay.
And in the wintertime, it's opposite. In the wintertime, it's dark like 16 hours. And it's, or no, I think it's dark like 20 hours.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's
dark like 20 hours. Then it's light 4 hours. Then in summertime, it's opposite. That's why all the hotels in like Anchorage will have like the blackout shades, because you don't even know what the hell time it is. 3 o'clock in the morning, like the sun is shining. It's like crazy.
You elaborate on you said the earth not changing. if we don't do that. Yeah, because I was in favor of this, but I'm hearing y'all.
Yeah, but because the thing is,
wanted
okay,
to get
because the thing,
longer.
so the Earth, so we're doing this because it's all about the revolutions, around the sun, and also the way that the Earth turns as every day, then the Earth revolves around the sun.
Yes.
So in the wintertime, especially in this part of the northern hemisphere, whatever, in the wintertime, we're farther away from the sun. That's why it's our wintertime. That's why in the southern hemisphere in Australia, it's summertime. So like for example, Christmas is a summer holiday in Australia.
Yeah.
Because it's total opposite down there.
Yeah,
So it's like so when we're away, we're tilted away from the sun, they're tilted toward the sun. So that's gonna happen. That's been happening for millennia. And the reason why we do the time thing is that we want to take advantage of the most sunlight. That's why we moved our clocks up and back. That's the point of that. But people are somehow inconvenienced by having to do that twice a year. But you're not realizing that if we don't change, the Earth is not going to change. So if we stay where we are, the Earth ain't gonna change. So that just means that it's going to keep getting darker and darker and darker later in the day.
Later and later.
If we're not, that's why we move up with the sun, so we're able to move up where the sun is. Then we move back when there's less light because we want to move back to where the sun is. But if we don't change, the Earth's going to do what it does. The sun's going to do what it does. Gotcha. So you can have our kids 8:30 in the morning and it's still being fucking dark outside. Yeah. So why are we not, like you said, this was tried before.
Okay.
I don't understand why everybody's so inconvenienced by just changing the damn clock. It's not that freaking serious. Just change the damn clock. Like,
and they went back. They did in 1974, and then in like 1975 or 1976, they changed it back. So it's not even like it was.
I thought
for
it was
a long time.
And then people were saying that, we can do the standard time, but it's gonna be the same problem because in the summertime, it's gonna be where the sun is gonna be coming out at 5 o'clock in the morning. You're gonna have, if we don't move up, then that means the sun's gonna be coming out at like 4:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? We do this to be in tune with the Earth. Like, it's not a big deal. It's just an hour. Like, I don't understand. And most of the time, your computers and shit do it for you automatically. I don't even have to think about it anymore. I'm like, oh, that shit happened. I don't know the last time it changed. I didn't even know. I was like, oh, it's the day. It's daylight shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
the clocks went back.
Right, so when we move forward, we lose an hour. So-called. I'm not like. I would always think back in the day when I was young in the club. Extra hour in the club. Right.
That was right.
Go back. Hey, it's 1 o'clock again.
Yeah.
Hey, extra hour in the club. Like, you know what I mean? You may lose an hour, but we get extra hour in the club. So I don't see why.
Everybody used to be like, bet another hour in the club.
Right, another hour in the club. Like, I don't. Right, exactly. So why is that like an issue? And why I never got when people would be on at work the next morning and that Monday morning just happens on Saturday night. Oh, I'm just so groggy. Time change. I want to just take time to just get myself together. Right? Come on.
You lost an hour all night.
Right? Like it's just a one-time thing. It's not that freaking.
And you gain that hour back. In a couple months, you get an extra hour of sleep.
Right, you get it back. It's not a big deal. But we have to make everything, of course, a big, huge deal.
So I'm not a fan of this
time zone. Yeah, if you do this, it's still gonna be the time zone.
It's still time zones. It's still gonna be time zones and everything. I mean, it's not China. China does this thing where China. I believe China spreads across like 8 time zones, but because they're communists, they only have one time, Beijing time. So the people in so imagine being like 8 time zones away. Yeah. It's dark as shit, but you got to follow the Beijing time because that's just that's the way it shows. China's weird like that. But yeah, this is like, why are we making a big deal out of nothing? Like daylight saving time, just change the fucking clock twice a year. It's not that serious. The computer does it for you anyway at this point.
Everything but lowering the cost.
Everything they can do, it just like come on, this makes no sense.
But come on.
Somebody else said Soitoro International, meaning like by the airport. That was Barack Obama's
his real name.
Because that's like the Indonesian person who was like his like stepdaddy because his mama married the Indonesian guy or something like that. But again, this is the nigga y'all say is black. Like nothing about
I learned black. Recently that I didn't, because their whole run they was pushing the Chicago stuff that he was from Chicago. He didn't move to Chicago till like 21.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that till recently.
He's a carpetbagger. They did it so he could be.
They ran it like he was this brother from Chicago.
Because he was a plant. Now that I'm older, he was installed.
He went to college and all that. Then he went to Chicago.
Just like Hillary Clinton was installed in New York, because Hillary Clinton was. First of all, you could always see through Obama that clearly this was a plan, because Obama. That's why I did vote for Obama in 2008. We talk about Obama and how I voted for Hillary. I remember I would see him and I'd be like, who is this nigga? Like, I don't know him. Like, I know Hillary, I know Bill, I know Bill with the sunglasses on Arsenio when I was 9. And you know what I mean? That's why the first presidential election I remember was Bill Clinton, like 92. Because I remember when Bush was president, the daddy Bush. I remember it. I was young. I remember during the first Iraq war. I was like 8 or 9. It's like the first time I remember. But I was born in 83 during Reagan. But I don't remember Reagan. I remember Reagan being reelected or whatever like that. Because I was 84. I don't remember 88 when Bush came in. But I remember when Bush being president. It was around. I remember my first political memory was watching the Iraq war on TV. And asked my mother, I was like, why are we at war? And she's talking about like the oil. That's how I remember like it being like the oil thing. And I remember that. But the first real election I remember was 92. I remember when Bill Clinton was with the sunglasses. He was the first black president. He had the sunglasses and the saxophone, and he was on Arsenio. And we just love Bill Clinton. Mom, he was racist as hell. I mean, we really get into it. You know what I mean? We didn't know, obviously. We didn't know.
Parents didn't either.
It was the same bullshit they do now. The boule and the TV told y'all we must like this man, so we must like him. But he, he came on TV or whatever, and we voted for him. And I remember watching the returns for him. And hoping for him to win, you know what I mean, back in. So I mean, it's always kind of been the thing. And I remember him, and then I remember him running again against Bob Dole, like 96, hoping for him to win again, and the whole thing with Gore and Bush and all that. So, but the first election I voted in was 2004. I was 21. I voted for Kerry. I voted I voted for Kerry over Bush. My parents though voted for Bush. Because my parents are ministers. My mother was not like a staunch Republican. She did vote for Trump before she died, but my parents were not like staunch Republicans or like that. They did vote for Trump, but they voted for Bush, namely because at that time gay marriage was a thing, and Kerry was more for that. And the Republicans are very smart because they used gay marriage as like a device basically to keep because I remember with the war. A lot of people weren't necessarily liking the war. So Bush was kind of in trouble in the war in 2004 a little bit. He was starting in trouble with the war. So they used gay marriage as like a wedge. It's actually very smart as like a wedge issue. Kind of the same way that Trump did with the commercial with Kamala and the whole Kamala's for they, them, Trump is for you. So they pulled that in 2004. That's how they were able to get Bush over. So my parents, Bush is actually very smart. So my parents, they voted for Bush. I voted for Kerry. And then 2008, I voted for Obama, stupid ass. Like, ugh. 12, I didn't vote at all. I was in a real ratchet phase in my life in 12. I had a lot of ratchet things going on. I was really in a place to vote for nobody. 12 and then 16, it was Trump, and it's been Trump ever since. So so that's my voter history. What speaking of, before we move into the lightning round, what is your voter history? Have you who have you all voted for? All the presidents you voted for?
My first was 08 Obama, just because I was told to.
Yeah, of course.
No, they didn't.
We all did that. We all made that mistake.
12 was Obama again. 16 was who was 16? That was
16 was Trump. 16 was Trump. Trump Hillary.
Yeah. Did I do Hillary? Yeah, I think I voted for Hillary. And then 2020, yeah, been Trump ever since. Matter of fact, 16, I was working in Minnesota and I couldn't get home.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't even vote in 16.
Okay.
But 2020 and 2024 was Trump. Yeah. Shit.
What about you?
So I voted for Obama in 2012.
Okay, that was your first one.
That was my first time voting because I couldn't vote before that. 2016, I didn't vote at all.
Okay.
I skipped.
2020, I voted for Biden.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to vote. But I wasn't like into politics.
Yeah.
And I just remember.
I didn't get into politics until 2016.
Here, you got to go vote for Biden. I'm like, all right. So I went to go vote. But now, like looking back, I'm mad as shit.
Why didn't you vote for anybody or not vote for Trump in 2016? Were you just like
I never was into politics. Like how I even got into this world, like it sounds crazy, but I had like a dream, like a spiritual awakening. Like I knew Trump was going to win. That's like a whole nother fucking story I don't want to get into right here, right now. But like that's how I got put into all this, like politics and shit. Like it was crazy.
And speaking of, I forgot to ask you about your Al Sharpton story, because you actually had a story about dealing with Al Sharpton somewhat directly through your family. So tell everybody what happened.
Yeah, so my cousin Walter Smith, he was a Darby cop in the 1990s.
Darby, Pennsylvania. That's a
Darby,
town outside of Philadelphia.
It's in Delaware County. And he was living in Collindale at the time. Glen Olden, my fault, in Glen Olden at the time. And he lived in an apartment, and he got shot by a white man whose father was the mayor of Norwood at the time. And the guy who shot him, his name is Gavin Mikowski or something like that. I'm not sure if I'm saying his last name right. But make a long story short, when they went on the trial, he only got 12 months in jail.
For murder.
And for murdering my
cop.
cousin. Yeah, and my cousin was a Derby cop at the time. So he only got 12 months for that. So my uncle Walt.
And you said but you said the guy was like he was the mayor's son.
He's the mayor's son of Norwood.
So he was the mayor's son of Norwood, Pennsylvania, which
of Norwood, Pennsylvania, which is literally
outside Philly.
Yeah, but it's literally right next to Glen Olden.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, these are all Delco,
so
Delaware
it's
County
all
suburbs.
Delco, so
Township, all of them. They all.
they were all connected. It was very political. Like my cousin's case should never even been tried in Delaware County, being as though he was a cop and the guy who killed them was the mayor of Norwood. But my uncle ended up contacting Al Sharpton because, around that time, that's what they did in the 1980s and 90s and all that. And Al Sharpton told my uncle that he wanted $20,000 to come up to Philadelphia to help him. Other than that, he wouldn't come out for him.
And where was
where was my uncle going to get $20,000 from? Like,
so he wanted your uncle to pay him $20,000?
Yep, to come out Philly.
You know what's funny? Now that you mentioned, I have an Al Sharpton story too. Actually, I didn't even think about this. So in 2008, I was arrested wrongly. I was coming home from the gym, and I was walking down the street, and it's crazy because like I had to pee at that time. I had to I was like really on my like real exercise type shit. I mean, I still kind of am, but I ain't as tight as I used to be. But I'm pretty high. Anyway, I was coming from the gym, and I remember I had drank like all of this like water. I had to pee so bad, and the way it was, this was in Harlem. I used to live in Harlem. This is New York. This is in Harlem. So when you're in walking past like Park Avenue, like uptown, there's like the train trestles, the stone train trestle that comes out up in the middle of Park Avenue. So I'm walking underneath the train trestle to get to the other side of Park Avenue, and I had to pee. I actually was gonna pee under the train trestle. I had to go so bad, but I seen this cop. I was like, damn, let me not pee, whatever, because I don't want to get a ticket, whatever. Seen the cop, whatever, and the cop was like, get the fuck on the ground. The cop was looking at me crazy. He was like, get the fuck on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck? I said, I just was gonna pee, but like, damn, I'm like, it's all this, whatever. So I stop, I get around, whatever. And I'm thinking, like, what the fuck is this about? Whatever. So I have my gym bag, whatever. So I'm on the ground, mind you, on the ground. Nigga got me literally on the ground, hands on my back, knee on my back. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And they was like, check his gym bag for the murder weapon. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, what? Like, I ain't killed nobody. What the fuck? So I'm like, okay. Clearly, this is some type of mistake because I know I didn't kill anybody. So this is a mistake, whatever. I was like, I'll be cool with it, whatever. I'm gonna just chill, whatever. So they got me, whatever. At this time, thankfully, I lived uptown, but it wasn't like my immediate neighborhood. It was like my block. This is maybe like 20, 30 blocks from my house. Thank God I was taking a bus home because this has been so embarrassing. I'm there. They got me up with mind you. I'm handcuffed. I'm on the train trestle shit. They got my face literally up against the thing. I'm handcuffed. And now by this time, like 5 cars on campus, all these police cars, all these lights and shit. I'm just like, this has got to be a mistake. Obviously, I know I didn't fucking kill nobody. Right. So
I would have been.
And I remember I was on against the thing, and I remember seeing a roach. It was a roach coming down the thing. It was close to my face. I was like, this roach have to crawl my fucking face. I'm not, I'm not trying to make no false moves. My face is turned away from all the cops. I don't see what's going on behind me. And after the whole Amadou Diallo thing, the 41 shots, all that. This is before like Ferguson, before Black Lives Matter. This is like 2008. This was before all we had at that time was Amadou Diallo. That's who was the guy, the African guy that was shot in New York. He was reaching for his wallet, and the police shot him like 41 times. Waka made a song about it and all that. Like I was like, so that's all we have. I'm gonna do Diallo. I was like, I ain't trying to be on Diallo shit. I'm gonna sit right here and just like let them do what they do. So mind the whole time they all thinking they got him. They all high fives and shit and whatever. And I'm just looking like, mind you, nobody asked me my ID or nothing yet. Whatever. So the lady cop comes on me. And I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. I gave her my name, my address. I was like, can you take my ID out? It's in my front right pocket. Like, can you like run it? Because no one's running anything. No run no IDs, no nothing. I'm just the killer, right? Yeah. So the lady takes it out of my front right pocket, runs it. She's like, guys, you got the wrong guy, whatever. So they uncuffed me, whatever. The cop that arrested me, I cussed his ass the fuck out. I don't even know what the fuck I all said. I just blacked that nigga. And what I tell people about that situation is that had I acted the fool in that situation and did a whole Black Lives Matter or whatever, and then it turns that then it would be much worse because then I would have taken away my right to go off on them because I was in the right. I always tell people when you're dealing with the cops, you gotta always make sure that when they're wrong, you gotta make sure you're in the right. Like if they're wrong, don't you be wrong too. You know what I mean? Because you're wrong go a lot further than the police wrong. So you make sure that you're in the right. So I made sure I stayed in the right. So I went along with everything, whatever. I ain't resist nothing. I had no problem, nothing. Cuss that nigga out. I mean, just went in. I don't even remember what the fuck I said. Went off. And I'm like the real fucking killer. Probably running around here laughing at y'all dumbass niggas. Y'all got me on the fucking ground. I ain't take my ID or nothing. What the like? Where do you get your police license from? The fucking store? You fucking idiot. Went in on him, whatever. So the next day, I remember I called Al Sharpton National Action Network because I'm like, am I right? I didn't know because this is what we're taught to do, black folks. Like some shit, you call Al Sharpton. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like I don't know. So I called Al Sharpton people, whatever, and they got me on the phone with a civil rights attorney. And they were saying that, you know, because I'm like, is it a check? This book, fuck that. If it's a check, I want the check. So if it's a check, whatever. Right. So they was like, I called Al National Action Network people or whatever, and they got me online with the civil rights lawyer. And they were saying basically, I couldn't like sue for anything because they didn't rough me up and they didn't take me downtown. So I had to take me downtown with more that whatever. But I didn't know. But I just say that this is funny because we're taught as black people like some shit happened, especially back in that day. You just call Al Sharpton. I don't know. Some shit happened to white folks, the police. You call Al Sharpton. See what the fuck happens. Like that's just what we do. You know what I mean? Like that's just what we do. And I remember Al Sharpton came to my church because I'm from Brooklyn, so he came to my church and preached when I was a little kid. And I never forget. Maybe I was like 9, 10 years old, and he had preached about like. He was saying like, you know, during the slavery days or whatever, you know, the master would give, you know, us like, you know, entrails, like, you know, and we made that in the pig feet and we'd take weeds and be in the collard greens. And now you have all these white people who are like getting on buses coming up to Sylvia's and Harlem to like, you know, eat what we've made into, which was once, you know, waste that we made into like delicacies or whatever. And I thought that was very inspirational. I thought that even being 8, 9, 10, I've never forgot that. Even now at 43 years old, that was like 30 something years ago. Never forgot that sermon. I thought that was so inspirational. So now to look at Al Sharpton now being a poverty pimp and just selling like, how do you go from telling us that like we took something and made it into something that's a delicacy, something that was meant to be like waste or whatever? Now everything is white supremacy and the white man's like where do we go from one to another? Like, I mean, but he realized that the money isn't keeping black people victimized. Obviously, that's where the money is. That's how he gets his money because he goes to the big corporations as well. If you don't give me money, National Network, I'm gonna tell black folks you racist, and that's, you know, and he's been doing that shakedown for years. Right. And that's the side I try to tell black people to come out of, because you don't have to be some victim, because when you're a victim, you're just servicing some black leader's pocket, but you're broke. You don't have shit. Right. You ain't going nowhere with your life.
And they worth millions.
Trump is just a reincarnation. That's all. That's all.
Trump.
Yeah, because people don't even realize he's not even a defense lawyer. Like he's just a civil rights lawyer. He just gets settlements.
Yeah,
that's all he
shake people down to get settlements.
He's only registered to even practice law. I think it's DC, Florida, and like Tennessee. So if something happened in any other state,
what do you mean he's registered?
Then you have to be barred in certain states.
Yeah, he can only do.
Oh yeah, I know that, but you said he's not a lawyer, so he never took. Or he only took the bar in those states.
Only those states he can actually defend. So what he does, you know, all it is Ben Crump law firm. So if something happened in PA, he gets on TV and he's the face of it. But what his law firm does is hire actual lawyers from the area and let them do all the dirty work. But he's the face of it on TV to make it look like he's doing all the work. And all he doing behind the scenes is, hey, pay this money. Pay me first. Yeah, you know what I mean. Al and Ben. I called, if y'all familiar with the Boondocks, Reverend Rollo Goodlove. That's what they was. That's what he was based off of.
And it's all based on black people's outrage. I was like, that's what. Stop being outraged by every little fucking thing, because they use that shit. They make money off that shit. You're not getting anything off of that. Right. Even at the clickbait and the social media and all that shit. Even going into like Nick Fuentes and people like that. All these people, they make money. And they get money or try to build or whatever. It's all off of black people's outrage. They want you to be outraged, acting crazy, to catch it on camera, and to give them clicks and whatever. Like, stop wasting your energy. Like that. My whole thing is like, even if you fuck Trump, fuck all the political shit. Your energy is so important, and where you put your energy is the most important thing. Stop putting your energy into this victimhood bullshit, because it's not about you being a coon, you're not supporting black people. It's about you wasting your energy and giving it to these people that want these poverty pimps that only get money off of subjugating you. That's what I want black people. It's not even about voting, because I'm thinking I'll be so glad after 2028 when there's no more Trump to even speak of. They might have made everything about Trump. Oh, you love Trump. Trump is such a small part of this.
When Trump is done?
Oh, I mean, the Democrats.
It's gonna be racism. Yeah.
I mean, the Democrats are not gonna know what to do.
It's gonna pass.
They're gonna pass it on to somebody else. But Trump was just such a figure for them because he was just so bold that he was just such an easy, dartboard for them to use. So it's like they need him.
Messed up. Try something else.
Right. They need him to be their foil. But when Trump is no longer the foil, then what are they gonna blame at that point? And it's like, it's anything but themselves, anything but ourselves. That's what I know. It's hard to look inside to see where I fucked up, but you get to where I fucked up. It's so freeing to finally get to that, realize where you made your mistakes, change that shit. It's a hard process. Like I said, I went through the process myself financially. I went through it politically first. It starts with the politics first for me, in realizing that I'm not some victim, and and slavery and Jim Crow is not the end all be all of my life and all that, and that everything I was taught as a black person in this country was wrong and was bullshit. I mean, that's a very hurtful thing. That's why I have a lot of care, probably more than a lot of people in my position as like a black content creator, whatever, conservative. Yeah. I care for the wokie because I get it. I was a wokie, I understand. I'm not on here like, oh, black people are stupid, you're dumb. Like, it's not on that. Now, in the comment section, you say some wild shit to me, now I'm gonna flame that ass back. But that's not real. That's not how I really feel. That's not how I really feel about people. You're just a bitch in the comment section. So if you're in the comment section and your weave look crazy, bitch, I'm coming from them edges. It don't mean that I hate you. I hate black women. You're a black woman who fucking tried me in the comment sections. So, bitch, I'm coming for your fucking edges. But for the rest of everyone else, it's not like that. Right. I want you to grow. Even the bitch with the fucked up edges. When you get your shit together, it's told me in the comments.
That's why we do this.
I want your life to be better too.
Where people can wake up.
We want I want black folks to win. I want Americans to win. I want you to win. The individual. I'm sick of this whole black community bullshit. There is no black community. We're not all the same thing. And I think that's why this thing don't work, because we always just try to say, oh, we can be like the Jews. No, we cannot be like the Jews. The Jews have one religion. They have a homeland. Black people, there's so many different types of black people. There's Christian black people. There's Muslim black people. We're like white people in that. That you can't ever say this is all for the white community. There's so many different types of white. Yeah. There's white liberals. White liberals, white conservatives, they hate each other. Yeah. Hillary and Trump hate each other. They're all white. You never hear Hillary saying, well, if you vote for Trump because he's white. No one says this. White people don't do this bullshit. White people can be different. They have the room to be able to think differently, and you're not a bad white person for not voting for this white person. Yeah. Nobody white says that. Nobody white says.
In the black community,
you got to go for whomever.
You got to fall in line and do what everybody else is doing.
Until Obama tell you to vote for the white lady because the white lady is a Democrat and the black lady is Republican. Then
we want DEI, but we don't want diversity or inclusion in the other party. Yeah, which doesn't make sense.
Right. We definitely don't want any type of
no representation over on.
Right. We don't want any type of diversity in thought. So. Yeah. Speaking of, so I know you're new to this, Fa, but this is something that we do on every show. I have something that I like to call Meme Team, where I take memes of the internet. I do not show you the memes beforehand. As you know, memes are the way in which we communicate our thoughts and feelings to the world. Many of them are offensive. That's the point. And I take them, put them on screen. We dissect them. We talk about them. We find out how you feel, and it starts a lot of dialogue and conversation. So I'm going to I picked out 4 memes. Let me get them really quick. Hold on. I'll show them to you, and I'll show them to everybody else. Let me add this on. Okay, let me show it to you guys, and I'll show it to the rest of the audience. So we have this meme here. I will describe it. This meme is AI meme here. We have
the good old Democrats pandering to black folks.
Good old Democrats pandering to black folks. That you know it, baby. So we have here Hillary Clinton with a hot sauce in her bag, Gavin Newsom with his hip hop outfit there, and Kamala Harris in the tub with her greens. Fa, when you see this, what say you?
Yeah, I just summed it up. Democratic Party pandering.
Why does pandering work? because it does seem to. And what's funny about the hot sauce thing?
But she asked.
Hillary asked.
Hey, are you pandering to black people? Is it working? Yeah, Charlamagne. Yeah.
Is it working?
No.
Why do you think that we look for people to vote for to have this sort of like relate rather than look at like the issues and what they're going to do? It's more like you can understand some part of black culture. So that makes
like
you
they
more
gotta be black,
endearing.
or they gotta be a white person with doing something to like to identify, or just align with the black community somehow. If it's as random as hot sauce?
Right, where do you think that comes from? Why do we continue to do that? Why is that a thing? Because it seems so elementary and kind of like
it is. It's just like I said.
Because just black people are just still so immature, and they think that certain shit is cool.
Yeah.
Like for example, wasn't Mondami like on what was he riding? 4-wheelers or scooters or something like that.
He was a rapper.
Yeah, he was a rapper.
They don't give a damn about his policies, but because he was a rapper, a failed rapper at that, and riding around on a 4-wheeler, he's now cool.
Well, I mean, Gavin Newsom had the nerve to go into that audience of they say it wasn't all black people, but it was a good amount of black people. Said he couldn't read.
Yeah.
And he got like a 900 something on his SATs,
Right.
And that's supposed to make you relate to black people.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't understand it, but it's like for our people, they not getting it. Like
and what I don't understand about that also is that for us as black people to be so freaking offended by anything Trump says, does, looks at, Trump breathes wrong, we upset.
But they not offended by this stuff.
Yeah. But they're not right. But nothing that these people do. Joe Biden, you want to vote for me? You ain't black. Poor kids over white kids. All the things that Joe Biden, like none of it. Even Kamala Harris with the Greens and the black. Where does she get that from? First of all, my thing about the greens, the bathtub, and I understand greens cook down. I get the those who have made greens. I like to make kale. Kale is my green of choice. Collard greens are good, but I like kale. What freaking like baseball team fucking group of people are you making that many greens for? Like
that you have to cook them
in the bathtub. Like what pot do these greens then go in? Like what are you cooking these greens in? Like that's what the hell?
She always drunk.
Yeah.
And then she ran when she ran as as senator. She was the first Indian American senator. Now she's black.
She's black.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
So why do you think it is? What do you think the pathology is in the black community that like we have to do this thing where we can't believe something until we see someone black or black adjacent do it? Because again, with the Obama presidency wasn't historic to me. I wasn't big on Obama anyway. I didn't think that I needed to see someone black, quote unquote, being president for me to believe I could be president. Why do we feel that way? Where my question and everything, where those ideas come from? Who's putting that in our minds? We're not born thinking these things. So why is it that that's like the prerequisite to us liking someone or voting with someone? Is like,
the Democratic Party, and you got some parents that are out here who
elders
are racist though, and will instill that into their children, and they're passing it down to their grandchildren. And this person, like me personally, I come from a family where I got black, I got white, like diverse, and my mom and dad, they didn't instill that in us where you're supposed to hate white people and hate this and that. So I think that's the problem with the black community too, is that they were instilled hatred, and
we just need representation in everything.
And shit like this, like I don't know.
And I honestly,
why they don't get offended with shit like this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
don't even have an answer for you because I don't know. Like they're offended with everything else, but when it comes to the Democratic Party,
again, they're offended when they're told to be offended. We have a comment here has been trying to voice it online for years, decades. The rub is not about ethnicity; it's about ideology. Yeah, I think it's the ideology. It's whatever the Democrats say do.
Well, yeah, that's
we got to just do. Like
they're mentally enslaved.
Yes.
Whatever they tell them to do, they got to do it. Just like Massa Obama. He went out and told them people, y'all better vote for this lady. And they went out and they did it anyway.
Yeah.
Instead of voting for one.
I never really understood political endorsements anyway. I don't need someone to endorse somebody. I would just rather just know what their policies are. But it's because we suck as citizens and because nobody wants to do the research. So they'd rather say, I'm gonna vote for who Cardi B say.
They know it.
that.
They prey on what?
They know that.
Think about
They on
yeah.
social media just like us.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're gonna trick these niggas, and they do the shit every 4 years.
Think about who going on every 4 years. Who's going around saying vote, like they praying on the kids and they praying on the home. Hey, vote, like the voter registration. Everybody is always Democrat. Republicans don't do that because
or they have the pre-filled out voter card. You ever seen outside?
I hate that. I hate
show
that.
you
That
the black
should be
people like
illegal.
this is who to vote for.
I throw
Niggas.
that right on the ground
Yeah,
every
this
time.
is who to vote for,
Like,
niggas.
And
And
tell me who to vote for.
Right.
it's so bad here in Philly. When I went to go vote in West Philly before, the bitch be inside the shit. You ain't supposed to be in there. You supposed to be outside 100 feet away. The bitch be in there handing out little ballots showing you what to. And again, because we suck as citizens, we don't do our own research. We say, okay, well, this is Cardi B like. This is the Democrat. We don't vote for the Democrat. Right. Okay, like, and what the Democrats have done, which is so, I mean, it's brilliant. It's evil, but it's brilliant. They make it so that their wins are our wins to black people. We think that when the Democrat Party wins, that we've won something. No. We ain't win shit. We in the same fucked up situation we was in yesterday, but they won. Democrat won, or they make it so that we got to get Trump. So anything that's against Trump, even if Trump is fighting for your 14th Amendment and to keep the integrity of it, because it's for you black people, not for freaking illegals, the ones they're coming in and giving money to and leaving you standing looking crazy. But Trump is bad. You know, like to see the wokies out here fighting against or fighting for the illegals is like, I mean, they got reparations in your face. Well, everything y'all want reparations, the illegals are getting, and they're getting it in your face, and you're not offended by that. Y'all fighting for them. But we're coons for saying that.
We don't know.
Saying that for pointing that out. Yeah.
It's sad.
Y'all are the real.
They expand everything that was made for us. They just expand the definition of it, and they make us the face of. Oh, it's going to affect y'all. It's going to affect everything. Yeah, the 14th. Oh, it's going to affect. We are no black person got to worry about the 14th Amendment, but we was the what you call them?
The beneficiaries. It's our amendment.
We was the yard. I said.
Yeah. Well. We're the attack dogs.
The attack dogs. Yeah, we always the
dogs.
pit bulls.
Always
fighting for everybody. It's like y'all know this don't affect us at all. Yeah. So what do y'all like?
But what they'll do is they'll throw you trinkets. They'll say like, oh, they'll give you like the Crown Act. This is my thing about the Crown Act. Okay, and I'm gonna put my hat back on because y'all about to be mad. Okay, hold up, y'all about to be mad about y'all little bullshit ass Crown Act. This is the thing about the Crown Act. Okay. The Crown Act is saying like, oh, well, they can't discriminate against our hair and whatever. But rather than pass a Crown Act, why are we not teaching black people how to make our own business? We wear whatever hair we fucking want because we own the shit. Like I give an example for the Jews, right? Okay, so the Jewish people, they have like yarmulkes and whatever. Yeah. Now, yarmulke is not business attire. Yeah. But because the Jews own so much and have so much business, it's not a trope. They just happen to have it because, you know, anti-Semitism claims. The Jews own a lot of shit. Not saying they own everything. And this is not a we hate the Jews thing. But because of all the things they own, all the business they have,
they're able to walk around.
Because if you want their money,
motherfuckers.
Because if you want their money, if you want to do business with them, you do same thing with us. But we're always in a position where we're begging somebody, white, accept me, accept my dreadlocks, accept whatever. If you look at football, basketball, baseball, whatever, you have all these black men in dreadlocks. Why? They're good at the fucking game. No one's gonna tell a black man with dreadlocks on a football field, you can't play, you gotta cut your hair. Yeah. Hell no. Because he's so good at the fucking game, he makes them so much money. Nigga, you can wear the fuck you want to wear.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like
discriminated by their hair. I never heard of anybody being
but these are the types of trinkets that they'll throw out.
I'm not gonna put it on the app.
Dreadlocks been around for years.
These are the type of trinkets
dreadlocks
that they throw black folks.
Yeah.
We think that that's policy. We think that is see, they done did something because again, it's never about
did it for votes,
but it's never about growing. Because my thing is, you could have made laws to give them same black women some grants to start a business. No, they want us to be begging white people for acceptance, just like the fucking slavery panel shit. We're begging white people for putting our slavery on George Washington's hands because it's always a vision where we're begging and we're fighting after white people. It's never about building for yourself. It's never about the individual. My message is always about building you, the individual. I don't have to beg white people for shit. I have my own shit. I make my own shit. And when your shit's successful, the white folks will come to you because your shit's successful. Exactly. To me, the Crown, it just feels like begging to me. Like I'm begging for somebody to tell me to cut my hair to work at Chick-fil-A or some shit. Yeah. Really? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, really? Is that this is what we're satisfied with?
Empty gesture.
To me, fuck a Crown Act. I want what the illegals got. Illegals getting money. I want the money. Give me the grant.
Give me that bread.
Right. Run me that money. Cut me a check. Are you cutting illegal? I don't want no fucking Crown Act. Yeah. Because if I kept
That's
my
what
own
we should
business.
be fighting for.
But
That's
these are the
check.
trinkets that we are satisfied with. Crown acts and things of that nature. Stupid shit.
Juneteenth.
And Juneteenth.
Don't even
Man.
get me the fuck
That
started.
fucking
on that.
Juneteenth shit is so-
boycotting July 4th.
Right, but that's the point. Division was always trying to put enmity against you. But you have to understand,
They're the party of unity, but yet
we're always going to be black.
Yeah.
White people are always going to be white.
Mhm.
People in government on both sides are going to need to always exploit those differences to keep us busy doing something while they pilfer all the money
Yeah.
from Israel, Ukraine, all the overseas deals that we're fighting each other over dumb shit. When I said on the pod the other day that poor white people, they're getting screwed too. The Republicans that run West Virginia and Kentucky, they're screwing the poor white people too.
Yes,
And they're screwed in the same way. We're getting screwed. They have shitty schools and shit. And a lot of them don't even have fucking broadband. You got people dialing up. In 2026, they still don't have broadband in a lot of these rural places. And a lot of these places are run by and are specifically white people out there. So they're getting screwed too. But again, if you can make Jethro feel like Tyrone is his problem, you make Tyrone feel like Jethro is his problem, they're fighting one another while both of their senators in Congress having lunch together, having drinks and shit, laughing at your dumb ass. Like, but this is what we do. This is what we do. So let me move on to the next one. And I'll show it to the audience. I know you guys see it. We were talking about voter ID.
Funny.
So we have the guy in the car. Can I see your ID? And the policeman asks, "Can I see your ID in the car?" He's pulling the guy over, and the guy says, "No, sir, I'm voting today." So yeah, we were talking about this. The fact that and shout out to the almost 1,000 people watching. We're up to 990. Hello, all you guys. All you guys watching. So back to the voting situation. Once again, we have voting areas. All these people, they're not taking IDs. They're giving illegals IDs, and they're telling them that, oh no, this isn't to vote. They're not trying to vote. If they're not trying to vote, then why are you giving illegals IDs?
Exactly.
Why are they getting the same type of IDs that citizens get? Because ID, especially before we started doing the whole passport thing, an ID used to be what you showed to show citizenship. It's one of the reasons. I remember my mother went to Jamaica years ago, and back in those days, you could show your ID to get on a plane. So why are we then giving illegals citizenship documents, but they're not citizens, they're not voting, but we're giving them a document that's a prerequisite to voting, but they're not voting? Seriously, like,
right.
But this is how stupid that they think we are.
Exactly.
So look, y'all. So to use a never-ending pasta pass at Olive Garden, you must present a valid government-issued photo ID. So you even have to present a photo ID at Olive Garden if you want to eat their never-ending pasta.
But voting is a problem.
It's a problem. Yeah. So like if we want to go to Olive Garden today and go eat some pasta, we have to pull out our IDs and show it to them. And that's how we'll get the never-ending
Return
pasta.
something to Walmart, you need an ID.
Right, but to do our most sacred duty as Americans, which is voting, no ID, no citizenship, no problem. Yeah. Like how freaking sad is that? How absolutely sad is that?
And then we're voting. They said at the voting poll, when you fill out the paperwork with no ID, you just gotta check the question that you're a citizen. There's no verifying or checking. It's just like, do you swear you're a citizen? Yes. Yeah, that's it.
They don't even ask you for your ID. I told y'all that.
Now on to a more controversial meme. Let me show it to the people here. Show it to everybody. So you have this white guy, the white meme guy. It says black people are so violent. He's saying it to the black meme guy, and the black meme guy is crying. He says, "Say it to my face, and I kill you." So when you see this, what say you? We'll start with 5. I know you've seen this meme a lot. We've seen this many times. So when you see this, what do you say?
It just speaks to the contradiction, the walking contradiction that a lot of us are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
it's definitely some type.
He don't even see, like, the whole point of it is he don't even see that you're proving his point.
His point,
you know what I mean? So it's just
showing that guy
hypocrisy,
what
like
he
we
said.
were just talking about.
Yeah, it's the Chud the Builder type of thing, which obviously I'm not for. That I'm not for antagonizing black people. I don't think you should crash out or chimp out or whatever on anybody. But I
giving him what he asked him.
but you're getting what he asked. But I do think that a lot of times we as black people
Prove the white people's point when
When
we
we-
do stupid shit. We're out here just being ratchet as hell for no reason.
and
We're
also
proving our point
going into
every
violence,
fucking
like
day.
especially with the N-word. My thing about it, and I talked plenty of times about being called the N-word. I was called the N-word out in Delco. We shot all in Delco today. I laughed at the white man. He called me nigga. I laughed. I cracked the fuck up. I didn't know he was gonna do it. It was but it was just like, are you fucking serious right now? Like this, like really? Like this? I'm supposed to be offended by this? Like, are you serious? Some random drunk ass white dude? Like,
Yeah.
no. Like, end of the day, with that word, with all this racial stuff, you control you.
Yes.
You control you at the end of the day. And no word, no racial, whatever is worth throwing your life away over.
Exactly.
None of that. It's not worth it. These people are not worth it. No racial person's worth it. You can't be proving these people right by crashing out and fucking your whole life up because somebody said a word.
Arrested, losing your job, missing work
Elementary shit,
tomorrow,
like you
or
said. You shouldn't
even
let
worse,
words affect your
life.
life.
Out a knife and stabbing you in the chest for pushing up.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Everything, like my mom always says, everything doesn't deserve a reaction or a response.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And that just it's better in a situation like that, just walk away or laugh that shit or whatever. Like it's not worth it. I remember seeing something years ago, seeing an article where there was a guy, an older white man, called this black guy nigga in Texas. The black guy punched him in the face, and the man died. Now he got to go to jail.
You going to
Was
jail?
it really
Exactly.
fucking worth
Was it
it
worth
for real?
it?
Like really? Like was it really worth it? And a better question I ask people too is that like, okay, in that situation, then if a white man can say a word that can change the trajectory of your life, change your day, fuck up your day, then who the fuck has more power in that situation?
Yeah.
You're giving this racist white man the power to literally control and change your life off of his one word.
right.
Like we have to let the nigger thing. People get that's why I didn't take this off. We gotta let this nigger thing go. Like so, like I think it's be a real national conversation. Not even national. Honestly, let's scratch that because they did the whole put the nigger thing in the casket. They remember. I don't know if you remember years ago. Al Sharpton and them did like a whole thing where they're gonna do a funeral for the N-word. It was like a whole thing. Obviously, that stuck about 2 minutes, or whatever, because they're reusing it now for every racial thing they want to do.
Right.
But I think that individually, me and you, black folks, me and you, I'm talking to you. I think that we have to find a way to reconcile dealing with that word because us being able to fly off the handle every time we hear it, it's just not smart. And it's not something that we need to be pushing on to the next generation. I'm very much concentrated on the next generation.
And
what
when
we
we're
teach them
going
now,
around just
makes no
saying it
sense.
with almost everything.
That's where the hypocrisy comes from. Because I honestly, the N-word, I don't have a problem saying it. I don't have a problem with people saying it. If somebody says like, well, I have an issue with a white man saying it, do I personally? No, I don't. Now, I can't say that for Tyrone down on the block. I can't say that for other black people. I personally, because it's a word to me. So it's like, whatever. To me, well, you're a nigga, okay, you're a
Doesn't
hunky, you're
define
whatever.
me,
It
yeah,
doesn't, it's whatever. Like, you know, and there are white people who use it like in Jasper and whatever, or if you have, or there are white people who are cool or whatever, or like also because this other thing, rap has become pop culture. So it's like the white kids want to say nigga because their favorite rappers are saying they want to just be in the group and in the, you know, whatever with everybody else. You know what I mean? So for me, I don't really
I
have
love how they
issue.
pause like when the N-word like the rap.
I don't really
TikTok or something they'll stop. Like,
I don't personally have an issue with it. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm end of the world, end of the world, end of the world, end of the world. Oh my God, you said the N-word, I'm gonna kill you, whatever, like whatever it's a word, I don't care. But I do think that we need to find a way individually yet collectively to like get over this word because it does not make sense for us to be able to have a hair trigger word that we just lose our fucking minds. Like that's almost like it's like an incantation. It's it's literally like a spell put over us. Nigger. I just lose my like that.
I literally
that's
cracked
crazy.
the fuck up.
That's crazy. Like that. A white man should not be able to say a word to you that causes you to lose your mind like that because we don't have an equivalent for them. We can call them a honky all day. They're not crashing out like that.
First reaction.
Right.
Have to it.
That's and that reaction is inculcated. That reaction is taught. We have to start teaching our kids something different.
Yes.
And call me a coon all day. That's fine. I wear the hat. I wear it with pride. But seriously, and you know, and I know, black person, you know that shit is bullshit. You know it's bullshit. You know it's bullshit. You know you acting that way of a white man saying a word is straight up bullshit. You know that. It's not mature. It's not becoming. Frankly, it's very beneath our dignity as people, and we should be laughing that shit off. Like when that white man called me a nigga, it's crazy because you think you're supposed to feel like the fucking, the anger of the ancestors in your belly and all sorts of crazy shit. I laughed because it was just like, it caught me off guard. It was just like, this nigga serious right now? Like really? Like that's what to make me do something like you think you will make me feel away because you said this word to be like, how dumb is that? I'd never been called a nigga before in my life. So it's like, it was my first, I was 33 years old, it was 10 years ago. So I just thought my reaction would be different, but it was just like, well, when you start realizing like,
because this shit not affecting you, it's changing your life, right?
And really, the only effect nigga has is what you give it. We give that word power. If black people stop giving that word power, it wouldn't mean nothing. Like, I would love for when a white man come to you and say, nigger, we just start being like, okay, whatever. Like, because there was a video I showed a few months ago when William was here. William Small was here, and we were talking about this Chud the Builder situation. And Chud the Builder had went up to like, there was this black security guard and this other black guy. He was just like, nigger, and they were just like,
yeah, I saw.
He looked.
Yeah, fam, go ahead.
He felt dumb. Yeah, because it's like, you're not giving me this reaction. You're not giving me the reaction you're supposed to give me. This is supposed to make you mad. It's not working. Like, they get upset when you don't crash out.
Yeah,
like, it's not working. It's supposed to work on you. No, it doesn't. Like,
that's why I ignore them ones on X who were like nigger. And I think
all of that, like all the bots and shit.
Yeah,
like,
from a
bot from
one of them page with no profile pic.
Right, zero profile, and they
like, okay, that's supposed to hurt me.
Right,
but literally cracking the fuck up.
But there's so many black people that will engage with that. They'll go all day
and keep going back
with that, going back and forth with them. You just call me like, who gives a shit what anybody says about you? They ain't God. They don't like the internet shit. I get more shit on the internet probably than anybody. I get all kinds of shit in that. I don't give a fuck. You're not a real person to me. Right. And also for me, I
don't even know you.
As a content creator, I said to anybody who's a content creator, if you do content on the internet or whatever, people talking shit about you. That's just like the admission fee to like if you want to ever make anything, people gonna talk about you. So I look at it like this: for me to be successful, and this even with this, like this is our second live show, whatever. The numbers are higher every week. They're going higher. The clips are going higher. More people are finding out about the show, whatever, and it was growing, exponentially. Like people are gonna talk shit. That's just a part of growth. Yeah. I don't let that shit bother me. At the end of the day, like you're trying your best to bring me down, but you're beneath me. You're on my show. And when I say to people who like have shit to say or whatever, my comment, like you're just pushing me in the algorithm. So go ahead and be mad. Like, thank you. Like, because all the algorithm sees, all they see is, oh, this is content that people are engaging with. They don't know whether what you said is good or bad or whatever. I don't give a shit. Oh, you're a coon. Oh, you're zesty. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. You're blah, blah, blah. You're ugly. You're that. Why do I care? Right. I make content for the world. So however the world experiences it, whether you want to experience a good experience or bad, who gives a shit?
Right.
You're on my shit. Bitch, you work for me at the end of the day. You on my comment section. I want all y'all with the comments. I'm definitely going to clip this shit. All y'all hoes crashing out. You bitches work for me. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. And I'm going to continue to trigger you and get you mad. Y'all can keep writing. It just embiggens me. It just blows my shit up. Thank you, haters. We love you. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Y'all have no idea. Like, because even people who love you, they'll do a little whatever. But the haters, I have haters.
Run your shit up.
They'll be in. I mean, they run your shit. They run every fucking. I have this nigga who was like literally everything I post on Instagram. You up in the comments.
I got somebody like that.
Thank you. Because I be thinking like, damn, is my shit getting enough likes? Is my shit getting enough? And it's like you be in there, and when you get in there with your bullshit, I just like, yes, I know I'm hitting, I'm doing something right. So thank you, haters. Y'all have no idea. Like the thing is that, and I shouldn't even be saying this, giving out a game like this. If you really hated me for real, if you really wanted to get at me, calling me names, that's not gonna do that shit. Ignoring me. Like if I put something out and the shit don't get no traction, that's what's gonna get me upset. Like, fuck, anybody like that shit? Anybody like this shit? Somebody hate my shit? That's what gets me upset. But you like with the hateful comments and shit? No, that's great. Tell your friends that even then, you're gonna hate me, I'm gonna roast you. Then when I roast you, other niggas gonna be watching that. They gonna tell everybody like, so it's a growth thing. Like it's a growth. Like to me, that's why many times like the roast, when I roast people, I like to put that shit in my story. It's like you're making more content. So I have a slow day. I'm busy at work. Let me put this roast up here in my comments right quick. I can put that shit up there. So like you're not stopping anybody. Like I love the hate. No, it's that one second. I love the hate. Thank you so much for the hate. Like it really like. So I say this to you, black people. If you have somebody who is a hater, racially, whatever, that should be your jet fuel. Don't ever let a hater see you sweat and make you. I will never wow out because of anything any of these bitches say on the fucking internet. Fuck out of here. No, y'all niggas is beneath me. You're on my show. You're watching my show. I ain't watching you. I don't know you. You're watching me though. And I appreciate you, haters. Thank you. And I look forward to giving you even more things to hate. So stay fucking tuned. Stay fucking tuned. All right, so let's move to our last meme here. Let me switch that up for you guys. Let me show it to our people. So we have this black girl or Indian or some type of brown girl. I guess she's black. Say this white boy, you've never been judged by your skin color. And then he responds, just was. All right, Veronica, what say you?
Well, she's just assuming that he was never judged by his skin color.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Basically, that's
Yeah,
what
basically, yeah.
that's what that
Because
means.
he's white, but in saying that you're judging him by his skin color, you're saying you're white, so you were never judged by your skin color.
But you're literally
But
judging
you're
him.
literally
Doing it
judging
now.
him because
Right.
you're assuming
So
that he's never
you
been
can't
judged
say
by
never
his
anymore.
skin color.
Yeah.
I picked this meme
So,
because
like-
it's literally like the conundrum of the whole
Yeah,
like black
contradiction.
experience. Like it's literally the conundrum. Like this is the conundrum of black experience. This is what we do. This is what we do, black folk. This
I
is exactly
know.
what we do all the time.
And I'm
Break it
sick of
down,
it.
it
It's
sounds
shit is
so ridiculous.
This is
when you
what we
break it
do.
down.
Like the whole black experience is all about us being out here telling white people contradicting ourselves.
Yeah,
Even with the whole
voting
right things
on
on
down the voter right thing.
contradicting ourselves.
When we broke it out, like layer by layer, we like from the end to the beginning.
We're
It
contradicting
didn't make no sense.
It makes no sense because
Yeah.
we're making everything out like it has to be racial.
Yeah,
And it's like if we just stop judging people and let people be and get to know people for who they are, be individuals, be a much happier world. But we have to go and say, you're white, you're this, you're that, you're the third, whatever. And a lot of the shit that we do is just straight up black people would be racist as hell.
Right.
A lot of y'all hate white people. Let's just be honest, for no
Right.
reason.
I see
Or
that.
because of the things you read, or because even that's why I don't get involved with and it's like I said, it's nothing against Nolan Wells or Carmelo, whatever. This shit is put out there to increase hate and division. I'm not gonna be a part of that.
I don't want to be a
I don't want to be part of that.
shit.
It's not that I hate them. I hate black people. No, this shit is being exploited by the Ben Crumps and the Al Sharptons to create division and racism. That's just whack to
And
me.
you'll never grow stuck in that.
You'll never grow.
Like that.
You'll never be shit like that. Like I'm not, fuck out of here. I'm not doing that shit. So that's why. Like I can care about these stories individually, care about these people, find out what's going on, find out the real story. But as far as getting caught up in your hate thing that y'all do, I'm not doing it. So that's exactly what. That's why I put that out there. So
I say it all the time. Yeah, black people, we we more racist than white people publicly for sure.
Absolutely, and we can get away with it because we
Right.
have the slavery panels and shit like that. We're victims. How do we get away with that shit?
White people can't be racist. I mean, black people can't be racist.
Right.
That's another that's
Well, what it does is
and that's lowering
it's
our
lowering us
standards.
because
Yeah.
because that means that if my hateful words are not as good as a white man's hateful words because
Yeah.
I'm beneath the white man.
Right. And what's the the reason why they say it, right? What's the textbook definition on why it's like, oh, well, why can't we? Oh, black people don't have any power. What?
But
That's what you live by? Yeah,
so
we
like
don't have any
Congressional
power.
Black Caucus,
Yeah.
Obama, that's just a thing. Like I thought that we voted for this nigga so this nigga had power. That
Right.
nigga's had no power. So it's like we have power when y'all always have power, then we don't like that. It's that bullshit.
Yeah,
It
3
is-
black women almost brought Trump
Democratic
down. Remember it was
indoctrinated
what's the
bullshit.
lady in New York? Letitia James.
Who's doing the same shit
Big
Trump was
Tish.
doing, right? Big
Yeah,
Tish.
Letitia James,
Literally
Kamala
trying to bring
Harris,
Trump down for the same shit she was
As she
doing.
was-
Fannie Willis. They the three. They
Right.
almost broke.
And-
Remember, he almost went to jail because of them. That's
And at
power.
one time in 2022, I believe, the 4 largest cities in the country were all run by black mayors. New York was Eric
Chicago.
Adams. Chicago was what's his name?
Georgia.
Where-
Was the 4th largest city in the country. New York, Chicago, Los Angeles,
Oh.
and Houston all had black mayors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was Karen Bass in
Karen
Los
Bass.
Angeles.
Brandon
Brandon
Johnson.
Johnson.
Before Brandon Johnson, it was still
It was
Lori Lightfoot.
Eric Adams in New
Yeah,
York, and it was
Eric
some black
Adams.
guy in Houston. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's some Democrat. Whatever. Who cares?
And I
But anyway,
There's
so-
no yeah, that's no
right. But we have no power and we can't erase it. So
like or not. I'll give you a sports one. I don't know if you follow sports, but yeah, like we cry about the black quarterback thing every year, and then they post black, the list of black quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And I remember they've been doing it since I was a kid. It used to be 1 or 2, Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Now, I think last year it was like it's 32 teams in the league. It was like 18 of the starting 32 quarterbacks were black.
Right.
But y'all still posting this like
right.
this
bullshit.
yeah, this list, like we've been dealt the raw deal with the quarterbacks.
Right.
Yeah, or like
It's
we
bullshit.
still the minority. I'm like, y'all know we the majority now. If it's 18 out of 32, why are we still posting this list? There's no
Because
point of posting the
victimhood.
majority.
Well, why are we still putting slavery panels on things?
Yeah,
Why are
and
we
there's been
still
a bunch
pushing
of
it?
black coaches. We
because-
still cry every year about, oh, a black coach didn't get a job this year. None of the black coaches were good this year.
The victimhood industrial complex has
Yes.
has to keep going. So
Isn't that like the lady, the Congresswoman Michelle something said that we need more black nurses and doctors. She don't care if they ain't qualified. That we
Right.
need
Oh.
more. Did you
well, let
hear that?
them work on her ass. Okay.
Yeah.
I want who qualified.
No, I don't want this person working on me because they're black. Like,
Yeah.
fuck no.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Like,
Exactly.
what's wrong with these people? But
But-
those are the people that's running this Democratic Party, and it's like that shit is
And
scary.
the quote
for real.
unquote
And
black
for the
community,
ignorant black
unfortunately,
folks and the white liberals, like y'all really need to start paying attention to this shit.
this is
Honestly,
So many of us, for real, like we'll
they
take.
think
If
everything's
it's
a
like,
fucking
if
joke.
we got, I think most people, if they got two options in our community, if you got a stellar white person or a incompetent black person, they'll still
They're gonna pick the
vote for the
incompetent black person
Like,
because they
we
black.
just hope we'll put them in there and they'll learn the job. But they'll learn the job. But this person was fully qualified and would have did a great job and did more for you. The white person might be promising more. We saw it with Trump in 2020. Remember the platinum plan?
Yeah.
What he
yeah,
got with
Ice Cube. Yeah.
Yeah, and we struck that down.
It's like what Bush said. It's the soft bigotry of low expectations. So
Yes.
we got to end the show, guys. We'll end there. I just want to any parting words. We'll start with Five. Where people can follow you. Because you said you have an Instagram, which is like crazy. Like, get a freaking Instagram. Like what the fuck? Like, get an Instagram. But like, tell the people where they can follow you and things.
Just Five Brown on Facebook, and I just started a YouTube channel, Five Brown on YouTube as well. I'm gonna start an Instagram.
I mean, you gotta do a bat signal for this nigga. How you don't have no Instagram? Like that's because when you come on the show, I was just like, so what's your Instagram? I don't have one. What the fuck? Like, how do I know anything about you? So yeah, definitely get an Instagram. Obviously because you're doing more of these things. You did Anton's show, you did my show, whatever. Anton, I'll do your show.
job,
You can holler at me, Anton. Come on. So you're doing all these things. So yeah, you're gonna need people to find you. You know what I mean? As things go on. I find IG to me is my IG. I'm partial to is my favorite platform of everything. It has the DMs, it's visual. I don't like X for whatever reason. I'm shadow banned on X. My X will not grow. Like fuck X. You're more of the X person than me. I like X. I don't really give a fuck about X. I'm on there. Follow me. I'm Benj Irby on all the things. X, Twitch, YouTube, anything that they got. I'm Benj Irby on that shit.
Yeah, my brother told me I should download Twitch.
So yeah. So we're on Twitch right now. We're on Twitch. We're on Kick. We're on all the things right now. So, but Benj Irby on everything. But go ahead, Monica.
What?
What do you want the people to follow?
Yeah. Y'all can follow me on TikTok at Miss Legal Secretary. And you can follow me on X at callme_V. And you can follow me on Instagram. Even though I didn't put the Instagram app back on my phone yet, I'll do it later. But you can follow me at beautiful with 2 L's.
Oh, that's what that is. Because I was trying to figure out what your Instagram was. Okay, because I find it, I tag it.
With
Yeah,
2 L's.
if you can't figure out her Instagram, because I can figure that shit out either. I was gonna tell she probably needs to simplify
Remember
that shit.
that You Got Served movie when Megan Good was like,
Okay.
beautiful with 2 L's.
Okay, that's okay. Okay. Because I was like, beautiful. Because when I was trying to, because when I do the clips or whatever, I have to do the clips, whatever, and I was trying to tag you, I'm like, if y'all can't find them, go to my page in the clips. You're ready to do it because I could not figure your shit out either. But if you go on my X, I tagged you right. But it's just that if you can't figure that out, Benj Irby, you'll see her there.
Yeah,
you'll see Fa there after once the clips come out or whatever. Obviously, I'm Benj Irby. You guys know me. Follow me, Benj Irby, and everything. We'll be back on Tuesday with Hood Conservative with Laverne and Trevi, Tuesday at 2:00. I'm not sure we'll be doing a show next Saturday because my birthday, so I'm not really sure. I may pop on, whatever, but there won't be a formal show next Saturday. We'll be back though, August 2nd. I'll like run a rerun next Saturday or something like that after I pop on. I want to thank all 1,028 of you for coming on, for showing up and showing up. We appreciate you. Every week, there's just more. There's even more than I think we was at like 800 last week. So we got 1,000. So every week, more. Tell your friends, tell your family, love me, hate me, follow me. Benj Irby on everything. And all that's been said, I think that's all we had to say. So yeah, I'm out.
That's
I will
all,
see you guys. That's all, folks. Want to thank our lovely co-host, my new co-host here. So happy to have Veronica on the team.
You.
And of course, Fa Brown, thank you so much for coming in. We'll do this again and all that good stuff. So everybody have a good one. Love you. God bless you.
Yeah.
Time.